I think we are live. Hey everybody, good to see you. Thank you for coming. I'm glad you could make it. We are joined by my boss, Michael, PJ, and Roger Ledwell. Good to see you guys. Glad you could make it.
It's good to hear you too.
Oh man, I'm glad I feel a bit better today than last night. I wasn't really hunky-dory. I'm still not hundreds, but I'm much better than last night, so at least I can be a bit more, how can I put it, here. But it's good to see you guys. Hope you guys are doing well. So tonight, guys, space is fake. Obviously, I have my beliefs on things that we see in the sky, just like Michael. Michael was bringing up some things to me before we started the stream, which I 100% agree with Michael, by the way, because I've also seen some weird stuff like this. And it's unexplainable, and it doesn't fit the globe narrative at all. So, yeah, I know Michael wants to get to bed. So, Michael, if you want to share that, you're more than welcome.
That's sorry. The beliefs that we hold together. I mean, we're Bible believers, so we know that things in the sky are supernatural. You know, the host of heaven, angels, stars are angels. You know, so we know there's lights in the sky that are supernatural, and I think that these lights that we do see in the sky now are also supernatural, and I think your ISS and your Starlinks. And reason I bring this to you today, Flats, is because someone were in your chat saying they're launching more Starlinks. So I think what we've got going off is, as we've got closer to end times, obviously more people have telescopes and cameras and binoculars, and they're looking at sky more, and things are ramping up. So supernatural entities are moving more frequently, and I think what's happened is NASA has had to come up with cover stories to explain these lights in the sky that everybody are going to be seeing. You know, so that's what I think is happening. And I came across.
I got a question right quick. Are you sure they're not UFOs and aliens? Are you
No,
100%.
I mean, we don't. You know, we know. We know that they're not tin cans orbiting Earth. We know Earth's not all to be orbiting around. We know aliens aren't real.
Right. Demons.
No,
Aliens, demons.
Space light, but there is these lights that you can see in the sky.
There is.
Back, going all different directions, disappearing, reappearing, flashing.
Yeah.
You know.
If you look at a time lapse, Michael, you can see it. You can see your normal movement of the stars, the movement of the moon, or whatever. You know that, but you also see individual ones going all different directions. Especially if you look through a time lapse, you see them, don't you? And they're not just planes. You know.
So
or satellites.
Obviously, you know, the claim is that the satellites, the star. I mean, I've never seen. How is it possible for a satellite to do like a 90-degree turn? How is it possible for a satellite to stop,
Can't.
stay there for ages, and then carry on moving? You know what I mean? All these weird things that you see and can't be explained away by Starlinks or satellites.
Right.
But the reason I come was just to share this little video. I downloaded it and I can't remember where I found it on YouTube. But it's let me share my screen.
Yeah.
Are you ready for sharing?
Yeah. When you're ready, man.
Share my screen. So this lady is called Dr. Beatrice Villarreal, and they've been looking at sky surveys from 1950 now. There were no satellites in 1950. I think that's before Sputnik, isn't it?
That was well before Sputnik, I think.
Yeah. So I'll just play this little bit anyway, and then you'll.
And you also got to know, Sputnik was just one claimed satellite.
And it was only up for 3 months.
Does it make any difference if I make it full screen?
No, it's fine. Just like that's perfect.
That's fine, like it is.
Yeah.
Right. Just listen anyway and listen to what she says.
And I'm embarrassed to say that I have forgotten a lot of.
Are we
Perfect. Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, it sounds that. Yeah.
hypothesis people have.
So, can you
short
say
memory.
more? Can you say more about those 9 objects that
Oh.
were there and then they vanished?
I can even show you them. I have somewhere image.
Oh, cool.
Great.
All right, what do we have here?
So in the green circles, you actually see 9 beautiful stars with typical brightness profiles similar to all the other stars. And they're there here in this image on the 12th of April 1950. Then they are no longer there. They vanish. And they're not there half an hour earlier either, and they're not there 6 days later, nor 30 years later. And that
So we're looking at sky surveys from April 12th, 1950, and there's lights there, and then they're not there after, they weren't there half an hour before, and there's no satellites in that time. So what are these lights in the sky? I think these are exactly what we see every night and what they claim that Starlink.
I agree. Yeah, and I mean that other link you played for me earlier with that other guy. Those lights, I think that's maybe I should get it up.
Yeah. I mean, I started filming them myself, like, but I ain't been bothered to stand outside and freeze my ass off, like, for ages. But I'm going to start having a go again at filming them. But I've caught them, you know. Obviously, ballers jump in your comments and say, "Oh, stupid fluff, you're filming satellite." But I disagree that the satellite's like...
That's literally what Debatable just said to me. Those are satellites or meteorites, PJ. Yes, some of them possibly, but like Michael said, satellites don't make a U-turn.
Yeah, but look at these things. Does those look like satellites to you and meteors?
Yeah.
No, they don't.
And a lot of people see
Satellite.
these type of things. Even I've seen things like this. Really weird behaviors and stuff.
And
There's no way that's
meteorites always
planes
seem to
neither.
come down
No,
towards
it's not
the Earth.
planes. This guy's not
Exactly.
close to an airport anywhere.
Exactly.
Look how they disappear in the middle of the sky.
And
So,
meteorites
you know-
tend to go down the way. They don't go across the sky. You know what I mean? They don't come up for the right.
They go in all
They tend to
directions.
come down. Yeah, these are going all directions.
Like, you hear these stories of people see them in, like, in America, in woods and that, like, you know, like orbs floating through woods and stuff like that. I think it's all related, like, it's all...
Mm.
Something spiritual. For
Oh,
sure.
obviously, your debatable D's not going to buy any on it, like, he's
No, of course not.
fucking indoctrinated, like, you know,
course.
not even talking to him.
Yeah, and this doesn't have anything to do with flat Earth in particular. He's going, "You're flat because of flat Earth." No, this is what we're observing in the sky. We're seeing this stuff actually happen.
Iridium flares.
I mean, I've done with flat Earth as far as I'm concerned. Like, I've told you that, but this is not to do with flat Earth. This is sky.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
the sky, exactly.
What are these things? I mean, even governments are wanting to know what they are.
I just saw a shooting star fall down there, and that was totally different to what I just saw there.
Right,
So
so
what is it?
iridium,
That's the
you
question.
reckon all them are iridium flares? Debatable, I doubt it. A reflection of the sun. Come on.
It's nice.
The reason the speed
Yeah, I
is...
know,
Wait,
but-
I just got to point out, the reason you're seeing it this fast is because he sped it up 64 times.
Okay.
That's the reason you see the speed that it's going.
So
See, there you
that
can see
flashing-
there you can see the flash. That's a helicopter or airplane. Those flashing
Okay,
lights would be a
so that-
helicopter or an airplane.
Yeah, I see that. That's the running light on it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it moved really quick there.
It's sped
I
up.
guess it sped it up. Yeah.
So it's meant to be. So debatable reckons it's iridium flares, which is meant to be a reflection off a satellite, iridium satellites or something. Meant to be a reflection of the sun off a satellite. I don't. So come on.
Well, why does some only reflect for a second and then disappear and then come back and then disappear?
Right.
You can try and hand wave it with a poxy little claim like that, but that's all you're doing, hand waving it.
Well, you can definitely tell the difference between the stars and that.
Mhm.
Sure.
It's all sped up footage. This is sped up footage.
Yeah, it's
What are you
64
talking about? It's all
times sped up.
footage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Debatable. It's
Look
all
at the
sped
cars.
up.
CJ, don't waste your time with man. He's a moron.
He was talking to me, so I had to. You know, what I mean? He was talking to me, but
Yeah, now it's
do you
normal
see the
speed
cars? How
again.
fast the
Now it's
cars are
normal
going?
speed.
Yeah.
But the point is, who can make a claim what that actually is? You know what I mean? There's no way to really make a claim and know perfectly what it is. And what we're trying to say is, you guys are claiming satellites in space. You can't really make that claim because there's started a lot of things in the sky that's been happening even before satellites supposedly even existed.
Yeah.
And we see a lot of anomalies in the sky which don't comport to how satellites are supposed to behave. So what are they?
Right. Right. Exactly.
I'm looking for something in the Bible in my mind, besides just angels too. There's nothing else that comes.
Well, I mean, I
out of
certainly
it.
think the illuminations in the skies, they're definitely spiritual of some sort. That's kind of what Scripture says. So that's kind of what I have to go with. That's what.
Like people who do ghost hunting and that, they capture orbs and that. I think it's a similar thing. They're like orbs are
Quite
the natural state that a spirit looks to our eyes or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And when I talk about ghost hunting, I don't mean dead relatives like
No, of course.
demon.
You're not talking to Jerry Savelle, are you?
No. I don't believe anybody talks to dead relatives.
Yeah.
Like.
No, only
It's
Jesse
demons.
Duplantis can do that.
Remember, demons know personal information things, so when they talking to so-called dead relatives, it's not actual people, it's the demons. Yeah,
Familiar spirits, aren't they?
exactly.
Yeah.
We were going over a video the other day about cymatics and the stars and the sounds they make too. I think that would actually affect like other materials in the world. So if the stars are resonating a frequency of sound as it goes, wouldn't that cause things to move throughout the universe, like push elements?
Well, stars sing, don't they? They sing praises to God, like so.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That would cause things to appear, like it does it with material goods. Like you can take the same cymatics and actually move water, sand, any malleable materials. That it'll actually make it move. So, like if there's stuff between us and the stars, their frequencies would actually move them around.
Right. Yeah, actually, man. The ancients were seeing satellites from the future, of course.
They were? Oh, yeah. Well, ancient aliens. Remember that, people.
They're like some old like Da Vinci paintings with things in them that look like UFOs.
There is. I mean, even hieroglyphs and stuff like that look like. But I mean, there is hieroglyph. Isn't there a hieroglyph that looks like an astronaut? They tried to claim was an astronaut.
Yep.
Yeah.
There is with the Mayan or the Aztec astronaut.
What's it called now? Angkor Wat or something like that.
Yeah.
I think it's what's called. Yeah.
It's the same time that they had the the handbags.
Yeah. They built rockets back then, and they were launching them into the sky
Yeah.
a couple thousand years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Roger, how's it going?
I'm doing real well. Thank you for having me,
That's
Keith.
good. Good to see you, man. Is everything okay that side, were you?
Yeah, everything's things have calmed down, and
That's good.
I'm doing good. Thank you. I just want to come on and say hi, and thank you for stopping by my channel the other day. And
It's a pleasure. So you
sorry, I had a bit of double volume going on. I forgot to power down YouTube, so I had a bit of an echo. I'm just staying on topic for a second, and I mean not to deviate too far from what you guys were saying. Just wanted to ask, because of your current topic, space is fake. What do you guys make of impact craters on Earth? How are they formed? And
I believe, Fountains of the Deep, exactly. Based on Noah's flood. Where the Bible speaks of, the heavens opened, that's the firmament, and the fountains of the deep opened up. So, yeah, we
and
did
they become geysers.
Yeah,
There's no material left from any kind of rock or anything that crashed there. So to me, they're not impact craters at
And it
all.
looks
They're
Yeah, and it looks exactly
picture-
like
A geyser.
like a geyser pushing out from underneath here. And there's water
Yeah, our-
underneath these craters as well. So
So our-
Flats, I'm going to jump out, mate.
okay, Shotfoot,
Right.
thanks for coming, Michael. Sleep well,
Thanks,
man.
man.
Michael.
Blessings and
Yes,
thanks for
Michael.
thanks for
Oh,
showing the video.
nice to meet you, Roger.
Just
Nice
Love
to
you,
meet
dude.
you as well.
Later, Michael.
I'll see you later. Take care, guys.
So
I wonder-
I'm just kind of looking
Please.
for like a physics explanation. I'm not trying to knock anybody's
Mhm.
faith, and be absolutely completely respectful to what it is that you guys believe. But I mean, obviously, these things are a massive displacement of Earth crust.
yeah.
Material was shot out, and I just is there like a physics explanation that you guys might have for how these things were formed?
Well, water's powerful, very
Yeah.
powerful.
Yeah,
Pressure,
and we don't
pressure.
go with a billion year timeline either. We don't believe the Earth is that old by any or
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
if you
so-
look at the pressure, it's more than enough to be able to push through.
Yeah, but if it was pushing through, wouldn't it be the opposite of an impact? It would be like a geyser, with, the pressure going upwards rather than
Yeah, exactly.
going down.
And that's exactly
Well, these
what we're showing
impact
with-
craters are like dense. They're not
No,
push
if
outs.
have you ever gone to the
You look
beach
at a natural
before?
geyser. Yeah, look at a natural geyser. They look the same.
Yeah, you can go to the beach even, and if you see, you can actually do this yourself. Stick a hose pipe, take some sand, some soft sand if you want to. Stick a hose pipe underneath it, loop it upwards, just underneath the sand, and then just stick the hose pipe on as hard as you can, and you'll see that water push from underneath, and it will create that kind of displacement crater because it's pushing the sand outwards.
take a bubble popper.
Yeah, almost you can say.
I don't know. I'm just looking at this now, and like these craters or these displacements of Earth, if you don't want to call them craters, it looks like something pushed into the Earth rather than pushing out of it.
Yeah, and to me it looks like it's pushing outwards. I don't know,
Interesting.
but I've got a question for you though, because you believe they're impact craters. Why are they all 90 degrees?
They don't really look 90. They look 360 degrees to me. They're almost all circles.
No,
I mean,
no,
except for there's one in
No, no,
Canada that looks kind of
No, but
I
what
don't
I
know,
mean,
a different
the
shape
impact.
than the other ones.
No, but what I mean is the impact. They would all have to hit at 90 degrees
The
to
point.
make that kind of impact. Yeah.
Well, I mean that would all depend on the angle in which the rock came down.
Yeah, and to make those, that's
Exactly.
my point.
That's a good point from Baza. If they're impact craters, why are they perfectly perpendicular?
That's what I'm trying to
90
say, 90 degrees, yeah.
Which is there a specific one that you'd like to to discuss? Because I've got probably about a half a or dozen on my search engine here, and they all have somewhat of a different shape, while all sharing the same characteristics of at least something circular.
Yeah, I agree with that. But the point I'm making is
Yes.
the impact would have to be 90 degrees on all of those craters. That's the same as like the moon craters you guys claim. There's all of those impacts would have to be at 90 degrees. How would that work though?
I don't know the physics behind an impact in terms of what angle of degree that they would come on. I'm not an expert. It's just I know what
Yeah, me neither. Don't worry.
and a push out would look like rather than a cave in type thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you wanted to talk about the moon and the craters and what side, what is your belief on what the moon is? Do you think it's a light source or something to that effect?
Yeah, I think it's just the light source as the Bible teaches. I can't tell you what it's made out of or anything. But I do
Okay.
think, like when I was having that debate with Conspiracy Cats, it's more likely to be a plasmoid than a rock in the sky, according to my belief.
Oh, I mean, that raises one very, very poignant question I'd like to ask then. How does a light source generate shadows around impact craters, or if for lack of if you don't want to call them impact craters, we can call something else. But I mean, light sources generally don't generate shadows upon their surface. The shadows would be caused by an alternative light source not hitting all the spots evenly.
No, I agree what you're saying, but how would you know it's actually a shadow and not just how
'Cause
can I
they
say
move.
intensity difference?
They move as the moon moves.
Yeah. But like I
Same
said,
with the
how do you-
Terminator line. It's not always in the same spot. You know, it's got its moon phases or whatever, and those shadows do change as the angle of the light hits the object.
But that's the thing. Remember, you're making a bunch of assumptions already. You're assuming, and then you're affirming the consequence based on that assumption that the moon is a physical object, and then you're
Well, they're all
assuming those
based on my
craters.
question.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to make a point is, you're assuming
Okay,
first
sorry.
of all the moon is a physical object, and then you're assuming those craters are in that physical object, and you're assuming those are shadows based on that physical object. So you understand? So you assume the physicality, and then you just sort of reaffirm the consequence based on that assumption. I'm
Okay,
humble enough
well-
to say I don't know what the moon is, but I don't think it's a physical rock in the sky, especially because I have also personally seen stars through the moon, so I can't claim that.
I mean, I know the word presupposition gets thrown around a lot, but I mean that is inherently to what somebody believes. Of course, they're going to come and say something like, "This is what I believe it is because of X, Y, and Z," and you might not hold the same belief because of X, Y, Z. So I'm not really a big fan of the presupposition stance on any argument. I would just rather ask each other questions and see what the other person thought. I'm not here to
No, I'm
disprove
100%
you.
with you.
You know what I mean. We're
Yeah,
just
yeah, I'm
having a
not trying to
conversation.
argue with you. Don't worry.
Yeah, and I realized last year I was very confrontational, but you have to understand, you're one of your guests, and I don't want to name names because I'm not here to cause drama or whatever, but the guy rubbed me the wrong way, as I explained to you in an email, and I generally mirror the energy that I'm given. So if I'm treated with cordially, whatever, that's 100% what you get back. You know, I'm
No,
not
I
a dick.
respect you, man. I respect you. Don't worry.
I mean, if the moon's a light source, I mean, couldn't it create its own shadows if it's a light source, which I think it is?
No, okay. In order for you to understand the way a light source works, it's generated at one spot and it goes outward. If we're going to talk about the sun, it's a light source and it beams out 360 degrees in every direction. So you don't have shadows on it. The only darkness that you see on the sun, as from a globe perspective, are those sunspots. And I mean, those are very visible to anybody on Earth using a solar filter and a telescope. You can see them rotate. And I mean, granted, it takes a long time to move because we believe it's a bigger object. However, there's no shadows on it because it's a light source. So the light traveling through the solar system and hitting the moon at different angles will cause shadows on the surface that isn't smooth. And obviously,
well,
we
that's what I was
believe
about
that
to say. If it's not, I don't know what the moon is. I don't know what it's made out of. But just say just say it has got a texture to it. Wouldn't that cause shadow?
Well, yeah, the light hitting the texture would cause shadows because it's not perfectly smooth. It's got dimension to it. It's got topography.
Right. But
Can I
like
say
I say,
something
well,
right
I'm
quick?
only throwing things out there because I don't know what the moon is myself. I believe it's a light, you know.
I don't think I know what the
I've
moon
never
is
been
either.
there myself. I'm a very amateur telescope enthusiast, and there are things that I've looked at before. There are some pictures that I've taken, and just kind of my basic understanding of how light works. If the moon was its own independent light source, you couldn't have that on the surface. It would beam out to us very similarly to what the sun does. Maybe not as bright, but it's just not how the physicality of light works.
Well, how
I
would
got you. I have a theory, guys. I believe that the moon may be an alkaloid anode, and it would actually have some physicality to it. That's where you would get a reflective shadow from the sun. But that doesn't mean it's completely a physical object. It's obviously a source of energy, right? So if it's charging an alkaloid, it would cause
what's
like
an alkaloid?
plasmatic.
How
Well,
do
like
you
a
know
battery.
smoking
What's an
big-
alkaloid, Roger?
Well, alkaline. Sorry, not alkaloid. No, it's like an anode. It's like the cathode
Anode and
of the
cathode.
sun and the earth.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that means it
So-
would be a physical object, though. You
Physical
cannot
object.
say it's
Yeah, I'm just-
physical
this
and
is- I'm
not.
just-
Yeah, but you can't say it's physical and not physical at the same time.
Well, I'm not saying it's not physical. I'm saying it has effect on plasmas in that way, in that respect. That's just a theory I had.
Yeah.
I can't prove it,
Which makes sense, yeah.
but that
What do you think of the samples that we've found on Earth that are like moon rocks? Not the ones that the astronauts went up to collect, but from ancient impacts.
Well,
Again, I'm speaking from
Yeah.
times that you may not believe in, but you know these rocks have been tested that they didn't originate on this planet.
well, have you ever
Or
heard? Have
on
you
the
ever
Earth.
heard of the theory of Thea?
Theory of fear?
Thea.
no.
That's how the moon formed. How Earth's moon.
Oh,
formed.
Thea. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah. Maybe the audio isn't the best on my end, but I thought you said fear. So yeah, Thea. Yes, it was two celestial bodies colliding, coalescing over time. They formed the moon, and it's been there ever since.
So
That's what they say.
yeah. So that according to the globe, then that would be the reason why we have those rocks on Earth, of the moon.
Okay. Well, that took place
Yeah.
in space, did it not?
Yeah, but that's
According
based
to
on
the theory.
Yeah, that's according to the theory on the globe. But on where according to us, it's like, how do you know that those rocks that you're claiming from the moon are from the moon and are the same on Earth? Because we can easily just claim that those rocks that they so-called brought from the moon weren't actually from there. They just took it from Earth and then claimed it's from the moon.
Well,
Yeah,
could be isn't always necessarily what is. Using your own logic there. I mean, you're saying something else could have happened, and what we do here on Earth is we test things. We put them through scrutiny, and if they don't match what we have on this planet, there's only one other alternative, that they didn't come from what was here. And basically,
Well-
using comparative data on analysis on what we have here versus what we found that might be from a celestial object, they don't quite add up. They don't quite line
Well,
up.
that's just
So
a-
this is the theory again.
Yeah, but that's also not really anything other than conjecture, because if you found those rocks on Earth, you can't. It's just a claim again that those rocks don't come from Earth. You know what I mean?
What do you compare them to? Do you have another celestial rock?
What we have here. I mean, if it does, like, how do you say this? If I got 3 dogs, I mean, this might be a horrible analogy by the time I'm done with it. They all look the same, but they didn't quite come from the same mother. How do you determine which ones are related? You have to test. You know, you have to eliminate all the variables and see which ones are left over that don't coincide with all 3 dogs, that aren't common. You have to look for the uncommonalities. So, I mean, to the way that I believe it is, we have pieces of even Mars on this planet from ancient impacts that, traversed space and ended up landing here. And we can differentiate between what is foreign to what actually belongs here through process of elimination.
Would you agree that everybody that does take samples of the rocks come up with different ages?
Well, I mean, they've used different ways to test things, and I mean, I believe the most accurate way to do it is radio or carbon dating.
Yeah, but my
But
point
the
is,
point is, you still find it on Earth.
yeah, there's always
no,
errors.
There's no proof that you come from anywhere else but Earth, because you can't.
Yeah, but I mean, I if you're looking for something that is absolute, I mean, I would challenge you to find anything on this planet that is 100% provable. There's always going to
I
be a
agree.
little room for error. I mean, science, that's just the way that it is. It's ever evolving, it's ever changing, and I don't believe science has ever made the claim that it, without a doubt, proves anything. It's always looking for something better. It's why peer reviews are written, so that they can be scrutinized and look for the holes in somebody's story so that they can fill them with better information.
Yeah, I think you would agree that the only thing science can prove is a hypothesis, and that's it.
I don't even think science just tries to understand.
Yeah.
And then that's all any of us are trying to do.
But yeah, but like with what you're saying, when it comes to logical inference, If you're claiming, look, we found these rocks on Earth,
Then,
that's where it comes from. You know what I mean? To make a claim, it's coming somewhere else because you found it on Earth, and then people are saying, well, let's do some carbon dating and things that are also not very accurate as they want to claim it to be.
Well,
Then I don't know.
That's where-
I think it's just a illogical leap to climb and say, well, you know, it's later than Earth's rock. First of all,
okay.
you can't claim
I
it's
can
later
see
than
where you're
Earth.
coming
yeah.
from.
I was just say, first of all,
Yeah.
people can't claim it's later than Earth rock because it's literally in Earth. If it's in Earth, it can't be older than Earth. You know what I mean?
No, I can see where you're coming from. However, you're referencing where it was discovered, not its point of origin. We have shipwrecks that started, say, in Spain that ended up close to North America. Does this mean that these were North American ships, or do we examine the wreckage and realize no, this didn't come from North America? This came from Spain, Europe, somewhere. The Vikings might have brought it over. You have to get into the research of it and eliminate anything that doesn't quite prove where it was discovered or where it was discovered from, and try to figure out where it was originated from. Again, it might be a bad analogy, but I'm
Yeah.
I mean, you could eliminate every rock on the Earth, but you're still not going to be able to prove that came from elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, and,
how?
and the shipwrecks.
Because there might be rock that kind of rock might be further down somewhere, and you've just managed to get a sample somehow.
I
You
mean,
don't
let's
know.
for instance.
I mean, people have only been 8 miles down at
Exactly.
the most. You know, so
That's the point I wanted to make. Yeah, you
Yeah,
never
and
know
the
those
next-
rocks further down. We haven't got.
Yeah.
I mean, you get deposits of different minerals and things all over. How do you know there's just not deposits of that type of rock that's
Well,
earthbound?
I find the
True.
first flaw in your
What's
logic,
the word I'm
Roger.
looking for?
Yeah, Roger, that you're assuming that those are actual rocks in the sky. For one, that we've never actually got
we've
samples
seen
ourselves
meteors
from.
before.
Not
We've
meteors.
seen plenty of
I'm talking-
meteors before.
I'm talking
You said
about
rocks in the
planets.
sky. Oh, well.
Yeah.
I mean, not
That's
all of
what I'm
them are
talking about.
rocks. We believe that at least 2 of them are massive gas planets.
Yes, a belief. There you go. So we'll follow the chain of evidence with a belief. So you can follow the chain of evidence back to a shipwreck in Spain that got washed over due to tides and currents from. Yeah, you can follow. You can actually physically follow
so
this.
much
Yeah.
as a belief there. I mean, have you ever taken a telescope out and looked at Jupiter for the entire night
I have.
and watched it rotate? How do you explain that?
I can't explain.
I
it.
wouldn't say
There's
it
no way to
rotates
physically
though. I
explain
haven't
that.
seen Jupiter rotate on its own.
No, I've seen
It takes
kind
about
of-
9 hours. So if you get there at the right time, what you have to do is there's an eye on it. There's a storm that's theorized to be about 3 to 4 times the size of the planet that we're on. You watch that go from one side to the other, disappear, and then when it comes back, that proves rotation.
But no, that doesn't really prove
rotation.
rotation.
No, it doesn't.
Sure, it does. What
No,
else
it
would it be
doesn't.
doing?
It doesn't look like it's rotating. To me, it looks like it's flashing and squirming and stuff. It doesn't look like it's revolving.
Rotating,
to me.
yeah.
Okay, if the storm disappears from one side, completely revolves around to the other,
But how do you know it revolves
what
around to the-
what is indicative of flashing?
Did you see it go round to the other side?
Yes, I did. I
What, you- so
fixated
you've
on
seen
it
the
the
backside
entire
of it?
night. No,
You've
of
seen
course
the backside of it.
I watched the whole thing disappear from one side, shrink to nothing, come back onto the other side, begin as a small dot, grow to the full size,
So-
traverse the entire one
So
side of
you've
it,
seen it
and
go the
begin to
diameter
disappear
of a
again.
circle.
What-
It takes about 9 hours.
Wait, guys.
You've
What?
seen it go the diameter of a circle. That's it.
Well,
You've seen it go from
Well,
one
it's
side
because
to the
I'm
other.
not on the other side of it. That doesn't
Exactly,
mean
so you
anything.
can't prove
Well-
it rotated round.
Well, let's put it this way. Let's for instance look at something that a pulse, for instance. Okay. The pulse always originates from the same source, but it's not the previous pulse. It's a new pulse. So how do you know that what you're observing is just not something that's just keep on originating from that one source every 9 hours, like a pulse?
I've never really seen a pulse do that before, and rotation makes a lot more logical sense.
I mean, we're looking at things we know hardly anything
Mm-hmm.
about that nobody's ever been to. You know, we're looking at stuff that nobody's ever been to.
We haven't been to it physically, but we've sent probes. I mean, Juno was a marvel in human technology.
You see, and that's where we disagree. We don't believe
Voyagers as well.
any probes have been sent to space because that's a violation of natural law. So
Okay, well,
that'll be totally different.
see, okay, then I would have to ask if space is not. Why would NASA spend, or not even NASA, even the European Space Agency, all these massive telescope arrays just pointed up in the sky? What exactly is it that their purpose is, and why would they spend that amount of money just to point it up at something that isn't there?
No, you can.
Not to
obviously
mention all
look
the
in night
signals that
sky.
we've gotten back from it.
You can look at the night sky.
I said radio signals. We're not
Yeah.
looking. We're listening.
I don't know if you guys heard recently there was I think it was something like they got a radio signal that they claim is trillions of years old. It was like something like a 0.02 trillionth of a second of a blast or something. I saw it the other day. Let me see if I can quickly get that. What's the name?
Hey, Flats, I put a video in the private chat that actually uses cymatics to explain a lot of these things, and they actually use radio telescopes too to actually get. It's actually a really good little video if you want to look at it. Too.
Okay, but I mean, what is it that they're doing if they're just pointed up at the sky? I mean, there are some arrays on this planet that are mind-bogglingly big, and I mean, it would seem to me just a complete waste of resources, a complete waste of time, just to set up these things to point them at the sky if there was nothing there.
Well, we can't really, how can I say, divine a person's motives for anything. But I do believe that
No, but we
most
can
of
analyze
most
the
of
evidence.
I mean, they can still look at the sky and use these things. But how do you know that those those radio waves and things they're getting is actually true? How do you know they're not just lying to you either? I mean, it's
what is
easy
it
to-
that you're
it's
looking
easy.
up right now?
I'm trying to get that.
How do you know
What I was
that is
reading-
true?
It's not true. That's why I want to bring it up. I'm trying to bring it up so I can show you how interesting it is, and then how people are gullible enough to just believe anything that's presented. I'm just trying to see if I can find it though. It was on my phone.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't believe that people who have spent decades doing this research and coming up with these evidences are gullible.
Well,
we have some of the world's brightest minds trying to figure out what is going on above us, and it's an insult, to what they've done with their life, that to call them liars or stupid or anything like that, based on what
I
you
didn't say
might
they're
feel
liars
is.
though.
Well, if they're gullible, what it is that they're doing,
I think a lot of people
there'd
that's
have to be a level of dishonesty.
Yeah, maybe the top ones
Some
allow,
degree, yeah.
but not everybody.
Yeah.
I do believe a lot of people
Yeah.
believe what they're doing is true.
They have a story to really sell too. That's really the issue that I have.
But I mean, look at NASA
Well, I
before.
mean, again, not to be rude, but the Bible isn't a story to be sold.
No, it's actually provable.
Yeah, it's
We've
a
actually-
historical. It's actually a
historically.
historical
Yeah.
book that's been shown to be proven through archaeology and history, and still today, prophecies are still being fulfilled through it.
How is it proven archaeology? Sorry.
You want to look at some evidence? We do have.
There's a lot of
Well, I mean,
archaeological evidence.
How do you know it happened when it happened? You don't believe in
it
any
was-
type of dating, so how?
We
Just
don't-
because it's in that book means it's real?
No,
Yes,
the
because-
timelines.
The timelines in the stories spoken of in the Bible collaborate with
So,
archaeology
so
and with
archaeology.
the times.
I'll cherry.
with
I'll
the
cherry
times
pick
of
one story
different-
out of it.
Okay.
I'll cherry pick one story. You actually believe that a human being went to the Red Sea and split it so that his people
Moses,
could
yes.
pass through?
No, yeah,
Yes,
I believe
yes,
that, but
do
it wasn't
believe
him
it.
that split it. It was
It was
God.
God.
Can you explain that using physics?
No,
No,
it's supernatural.
it's a miracle.
Natural.
How did he do that?
God did it.
He didn't.
Magic?
God did it.
God
God.
did it. No, no,
God.
God doesn't use magic.
Oh,
Remember-
I see.
Remember, you have to understand that
You don't-
God is the creator of everything. Okay, so he's got power over everything. So when Moses struck the staff, God created that miracle. He separated so they could cross. Remember, at that time as well, it said that he had a pillar of fire blocking the Egyptian armies from being able to go through.
Right.
When they went
Right.
through, he lifted that pillar of fire, and then the Egyptian armies tried to go through. And when they were inside trying to go through, the waters dropped, and they found some chariots in the Dead Sea.
Okay. And who wrote that book?
Moses.
Moses.
Moses a man?
Yeah,
Is it, right?
Moses was
So then
recounting the
how
story.
can he be pure and everything else be
He's
fallible?
not pure. Who said Moses is pure? Definitely not pure.
Well, I mean, you guys speak of the Bible as if it's uncontestable. So I'm just
Well,
wondering,
it
because
is.
I understand the Bible was written
Prophecy-
by
there's
men,
prophecy in- Yes.
all of
there's
them in a
prophecy
room trying to figure it out,
In a
put out a
room.
final publication. Yes,
No.
the Bible was written.
Oh, I
It
thought you were on
wasn't-
about prophecy. Sorry, I thought you were on about
No,
prophecy.
no.
well,
I'm
let's put
talking
it
about
this-
the Bible in general. I
Yeah,
just
it's
cherry-picked
inspired by
one story
God.
out of it.
But let's, for instance, say, do you know how much authors are in the Bible?
Quite a few.
There's about 40.
About 40.
authors.
About 40 authors of the Bible. How is it that 40 authors of the Bible, people that really, half of the people that never even met each other ever before, all collaborate the same stories, and they all perfectly cross-reference each other perfectly?
How many times has that been edited by the time the final version reached
Never.
to us
It's the same
today?
scripture.
How do you, oh, wow.
Prophecy.
Same
Prophecy
same
proves a lot of
scriptures.
things.
You can go look at ancient manuscripts. It's exactly the same as it's written today. Obviously,
What-
English
what
translations.
English, or
obviously,
what-
obviously English translations today try to transliterate as good as they can, but the original manuscripts all say exactly the same.
So is this about a space topic, or about how silly we
But
are?
not
for
everybody
believing a
believes
fairy
that.
tale? Is this about space, or about how silly we are for believing a fairy tale? Is that
No,
what's-
what?
Well, then.
Well, I mean, you
know
think
how-
I'm silly because I believe in space, so
I don't think you're silly
I'm posing
Well,
the same
I
question.
believe the
And
Bible.
hey,
I-
PJ,
I believe the-
never called you
yeah,
silly.
yeah.
Please
I don't
don't
think
put
you're
words
silly
in
for
my
believing in
mouth.
space.
I
Are you
believe-
believing in
Oh
space?
my god.
Okay, I believe the Bible debunks space, so it's still on topic there.
Absolutely, it is on topic. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say so, but there you go. Because it's like it's trying to say that we're silly for believing in a Bible that is written by men.
I never said such a
No,
word.
he's
I
just
would,
trying-
I would really
Oh.
appreciate that if you would tone it down, Pia. I didn't say
I'm
that
not-
you were
I'm not-
silly. I didn't come here to insult anybody. I'm just
I'm
asking
not
questions.
arguing. I'm
No,
not
nobody's
tuned up.
arguing. No.
I'm not
No,
tuned
No,
up.
I didn't
This
say
is
we're
the way I
arguing,
talk.
but don't try to say that I believe that Christianity or any other religion is silly. I'm just asking questions. I mean, there's things that you choose to believe without
You
evidence.
laughed, dude. You laughed. You laughed
Well-
when we said something. You laughed. So that means to me it sounds
Oh.
silly to
Yeah,
you.
well, we have to
Okay,
understand that
and
Roger.
you guys weren't laughing earlier. I
Yeah.
mean, come on.
But we have to
you laugh.
understand.
Just don't.
Yeah, but we have to understand
Look.
Roger doesn't believe in the Bible, so for him it's going to come
Okay.
from a different kind of view than what we have. You understand?
But when you're laughing
Yeah.
at what something that we believe in dearly, you know what I mean? That
Mhm.
we've got a relationship with God. Of course, you've got to be a little. Well, come on, what you laughing at? Just
Yeah.
because men wrote it, there's prophecy in there that's been revealed and fulfilled. Prophecy ongoing, prophecy unfulfilled.
I-
There's so much evidence for the Bible. It's
Yeah,
unbelievable.
I would argue that there's a lot more evidence from the Bible that proves Jesus walked these streets and died for our sins than there is for space today, as it's claimed to be.
I'm not being argumentative with you. I was just pulling up
Mm-hmm.
that point. That's all. You know.
Yes, men are fallible.
I don't know.
dude.
That's
Yes,
not
we
what I
get it.
came here to do. I'm
I know,
gonna get
Roger.
going. I just wanted to come and ask a couple of questions. You lads have yourself a nice day, and
But Roger-
I'll catch you
Roger-
all down the
You
road.
don't have to go,
Wait,
bro.
wait,
I'm
wait,
not arguing
No,
with you.
it's fine. It's fine. Look, I'm not walking
Yeah.
away angry. I'm not walking away upset. It's
Okay.
just
But Roger,
I'm not well equipped enough to have a conversation about the Bible. I was raised Catholic, but I abandoned it when I was a kid,
Mm-hmm.
just for my own reasons.
but Roger,
Y'all have a nice day.
yeah, Roger. Before you go there, I just appreciate you coming in, man. And if you ever want to talk
Yeah,
about the
thank you.
Bible, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to. Even if you want a one-on-one discussion,
Sure.
and I'm happy to discuss with you. So I appreciate you
You're
coming
not
in.
going
Man.
because You're not
All
going
right.
because of me, are you? You're not going.
No,
because
no,
of me.
no, no. You know what? When I came in here, I only wanted to ask a couple of questions about impact craters, and we ended up
Yeah.
going way,
Way
farther
tangent.
than that, which is fine. So you know what I
I
mean?
wasn't.
It's
I wasn't
fine.
trying to be
Like I said, you
argumentative.
guys don't believe in space, whereas I believe that there's a plethora of evidence that you guys are ignoring
Yeah.
to
But as I
have
say,
that
Roger, I
belief. But
wasn't
that's
trying to
fine.
be. I wasn't trying to be argumentative. I was just trying to get it across. Look, are we talking about space, or are you trying to debunk the Bible? Because a lot of people
No.
will come in and start talking about the topic, but then it'll go to what they want to debunk. I'm not saying you were. I was just asking. That's all. I
I
wasn't
know.
trying to be argumentative.
As I already just said, I am not equipped enough to have a conversation about the Bible or debunk your belief, and nor would I try to take that from you.
Bless you, man. Bless you.
All right, y'all
Well,
have a
well,
nice
thanks to
day.
you
And
too, man.
Keith, I'll see you soon. Okay,
Yeah.
we
Cheers, Roger.
will. You and I will have a discussion. I don't know. Maybe we'll book something and we can have a chat soon.
All
Anytime.
right, bless you, man.
Blessings,
Bless
man.
you.
Okay.
Thanks for
All
coming,
right,
Roger.
take it easy.
Shit, I
Um,
feel bad.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
No, the thing
Don't
is,
feel
feel
bad.
bad.
No, you're fine.
yeah, you see, you didn't mean it the way you did, and I don't think he meant it the way he meant it. So
Yeah,
No, I didn't.
communication.
it makes it difficult sometimes because
Well,
we do get this a lot from us, unfortunately, from people that don't trust the Bible. You know, they're not Christians or anything. That they want to, badmouth the Bible.
That's it.
And that's
what
how
I'm used
you
to.
understood it, because we used to it that way. You understand?
You get defensive. We get defensive about our faith, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Yeah,
Even though
yeah,
we
yeah.
don't need to. Jesus doesn't need us to get defensive, but we do. We're still.
Well, we have
men.
to though. But we do have
We
to
have to,
today
yeah.
because look at the times we're living in.
Oh yeah, I mean, Jesus doesn't need any defense. That's what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
We should absolutely, but he doesn't need any defense.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, according to the
I have
Bible, I do definitely believe the space doesn't exist, and the Bible has much more credibility than what we've been taught space to be today. Because first of all, if you look at space, what they're claiming to do today, it violates the natural laws that they're claiming govern space, first of all. And there's so many loopholes and how can I put it, God of the gap arguments they have for space. It just doesn't fit. And I think I will rather go and trust what my Bible says, because it's inspired by God. It's an inspired word of God. And it clearly says how God created the heavens and the earth. And it's definitely not a spinning ball in space.
Yeah.
And guess what? It
They-
doesn't
they have
violate any
problems.
laws.
They have problems proving sphericity of the actual Earth itself as it is, let
Uh-huh.
alone space.
Yeah.
So, on that note, like when he said that science doesn't prove anything, how do you have discovery if you can't prove any nulls or anything? If you can't prove any hypothesis, how do you actually get to discovery? If you're constantly reaching for something else, you'll never discover what actually happens on the Earth.
The thing is, you also got to realize that when they're making claims in space, a lot of the times, well, actually all the time, it's unverifiable. There's no verifiability in space. So every time they make a claim on something, that's all it is. You can't verify that what they're claiming is true.
No.
But with the Bible,
Even if the
with the Bible, we can verify those things to be true, because you can go and look through history, you can look through archaeological evidence, you can look through testimonials of that time by other sources that are not Christian based, not even biblical based, and they have the same, how can I say, affirmative evidence.
In other words, you don't have a chain of evidence to follow. You can't follow it. You can make assumptions about what's happening, and then they tout it as fact. But they can't. But they've run into so many walls with their hypothesis about what orbital mechanics in itself that they only can go so far. That's why they have to reinvent their theories.
Yeah, they keep making the God of the gaps arguments. It's exactly, and that's a good point that Norman Cross just made. If it's real, why do we keep finding fake CGI nonsense about it? Why do they have to fake it if it's real? I mean, look at the other night when we were showing the fake NASA stuff. Okay, if it's real, why fake it? You wouldn't need to fake anything if it's real.
It's more like they're selling it, Flats.
Yeah, they're selling
They're-
a product. And unfortunately, the product that also comes out of space usually leads to gods, not the creator. That's what they're trying to sell. They make people worship the creation instead of the creator.
Right. Right.
I saw a speech by, I think it was either one of the astrophysicists, that the stars are bigger than Jesus. We're stardust. That's more important. He literally did this
Wow.
in one of his speeches. Yeah. So
Star.
we're all stardust. We're all born of stars, and that's the
Have
real.
you ever
God.
seen Stardust? Have you ever seen
No.
Stardust? Have you ever examined it? Well, if you haven't seen it, you haven't examined it. So, well, there you go. No. Stardust, what is it?
Well, it contains all the elements that are in you, PJ. You're related to a star. It's your
But
father.
I'm stuck together by static electricity that holds all this stardust together, just turns into me.
Well,
Brilliant.
your cousins were stardust,
I know.
so you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cousins of rocks.
My cousins were drawn to Stardust a few months ago.
Man, that's all right. Yeah.
No, it's funny. He'd laugh at that. He's gone now, but he'd laugh at Joe. My cousin wouldn't be taking any offense to that.
So the vote so far, guys, we have 60 votes. Space is fake. 51%, 61 votes. Space is fake. 51% say yes. 48% say no, and not sure 2%.
Wow, that's pretty even, isn't it? Usually, once upon a time, that would have probably been on the space side, you know, up to like, I don't know, 70% maybe. Once upon a
Yeah,
time.
people are asking questions, PJ. They are.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of it started from the Blue Origin thing. Was it Blue Origin? The
Katy Perry. Yeah.
yes, that thing. Is it Blue Origin? It is Blue
Yeah.
Blue
Origin.
Origin.
yeah.
It's the feather. Yeah.
The space
I think a
dildo.
lot of
Feather in a cap.
people, I think a lot of people started up like seeing stuff from there. Yeah, started questioning it.
No, I
from there.
agree. But it shows you it's all just a show. They just want to play. I mean, at the end of the day, it is a business for them. And the nonsense that people think they're not making anything out of this, they're spending so much money. They're making more money than they're spending, people. Think about
Oh.
the salaries that these guys get as well, high up there. I mean, they're well off.
Oh yeah.
They don't need to worry about anything really because they get really good salaries. So it's literally like selling your soul to the devil kind of thing. It's like, hey, why do I need to, I can lie about it. The lie's already there. I'm getting paid well enough for it and it's not hurting anybody. So that's probably why they don't care if they lie or not.
Hey, Flats, that first video I put on the private chat, it's very biblical to a point. You might like it. And PJ, you should actually do a stream on it. You would like it.
On which one?
The first stream I posted in the back.
Sean
chat.
speaks. Waters above the firmament. Shocking truth about the stars' luminaries.
Yeah.
Oh, the cymatics. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're going with their singing a heavenly chorus to God.
I can't show this unfortunately because I have tried to use it on my channel.
Copyright?
I actually got a copyright strike for this video I used. Yeah, exact same
So we
one.
can't use it. Okay.
I can't.
No,
use
I
it.
don't know nothing about cymatics, to be honest, Roger. But with
Something's
this video
really cool
helping-
though. It's different frequencies, harmonies and frequencies, which gives
Oh,
certain patterns.
that. Right, I know what it is now. I just didn't realize that was what it was
I
called.
rem-
Right, got it.
I mean, when I first came into Flat Earth, I was looking at the stuff because I was looking at the electric universe, which I still believe the electric universe in some form does, work that way, why we have everything working a certain way. But I don't believe everything pushed about the electric universe, though. I think there's a lot of things that have some holes and unanswered questions. Because they also kind of need the ether to be a thing as well.
I think the sound can travel through a void. It doesn't have to actually. It can
don't
penetrate
know.
other mediums.
It depends.
Is it
Depends what a sound is. I mean, if a sound is claimed what it is, a wave, wave function is going to need a propagation medium, and if there's nothing to propagate through, then it can't. It's like trying to swim in air. Almost,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Isn't that what Jay Dreamers he talks about a lot? The electric universe. Well, he's more like
Yeah, yeah.
plasma.
Well,
Big plasma.
I don't know if you guys know Shank the Globe channel. He was like
Yes,
one of the
yes,
first
yeah, I know.
channels I ever saw on YouTube with Flat Earth. Shout out to Shank the
Right.
Globe. Still, Pat Shank really rocks. Hope he's doing well. Yeah, definitely a channel to go look at if you want to see more of the Electric Universe stuff, because he's been doing this for years. But
Yeah, Jay Dreamers is more about the plasma apocalypse and stuff like that, isn't it? Jay Dreamers. He's got some good ideas, though.
Yeah. So, is there any people that want to come and have a discussion about this? It's quite exciting. I mean, everybody has their own beliefs on things. Obviously, us on the panel all know space is fake, so it's only so much we can say to each other.
That's true.
Oh, yeah. Off topic. I downloaded a imagery compressor, and I'm compressing long range photography, and I'm trying to compare it to what they're showing me now on my streams. It doesn't comport. Even I'm using straight edges too to compare it to. Remember the one they took on the dune in California with the table on top of the hill, and they compressed the image to get a curved line to compare it to. From
Oh,
the horizon.
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. So I'm redoing it. I'm going to go through a lot of photos and do the same thing to them. So I'm going to show how. I mean, most of that stuff is mostly barrel distortion, from what I can tell.
The thing is, even the camera isn't level.
Yeah.
And you can easily even do this effect with your camera on your phone camera. You can take a picture of a line, a little ordinary book, with lines on a
yeah.
notebook. You can take it and you can compress, and it's going to make, especially if it's a little bit off, if it's not exactly 100% level, horizontal, and you compress it, it makes that kind of arch, and that's exactly what it is.
Well, it's further away too. It's further away than that little rail they had there, so it's no comparison. The compression rate is going to be different. The further line, it'll compress faster. Focal length has a lot to do with it, doesn't it? Like the further away a horizontal line is, it's going to compress faster.
Yeah, because remember, people have to understand, with the further distance, you can put this in a kind of understanding kind of way of, there's more data to be resolved in a smaller space the further away it is.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's a bit more unresolvable, which is trying to be resolved, and therefore it's compressed. And that's why you have these anomalies as well.
I can with this one tool, I can press it to 100%, and I got another one that goes up to 500%. So kind of cool.
Kevin Conrad says SpaceX has another launch on deck tonight and 3 more this weekend. More Starlinks to orbit space. Space industry is booming, and it's only getting bigger than smoke. He says, Kevin Conrad, yes, if it's all fake, it makes no sense to do more of it. We'll come in and talk about it.
Yeah, you guys can come. Like we were saying, the fact he says it's booming and getting bigger and better, it's because it's a business.
Business. That's what they do,
Making
business.
money out of it. I don't know how they don't understand this simple fact. If your product sells, you want to sell more of the product.
Yeah, absolutely. And how many and there's a lot of products up there that they're lying about, obviously, as well. They say it's so brilliant, but yeah, it's got bad side effects or whatever it is, it's got bad sides to it, but they don't promote that, do they?
Yeah. But yeah, guys, I just want to say to everybody, appreciate everybody's support on the channel. You guys rock. I did release a short earlier to say thank you to all my Patreon supporters and everybody. You guys rock. And
I haven't seen it after work.
Yeah, we do. I did it as we started the show. So, but
cool.
But thank you guys. You guys are really awesome. Everybody's supporting this channel. You're really, really awesome. And I've got some footage for tomorrow's Flat Earth Friday, so it's gonna be quite fun.
Nice.
So why don't they put a camera on one of the Starlinks and actually just record an orbit?
Because it costs too much money, Roger. They've
just come
already
up with
sp-
solutions.
They're already spending so much to put that tin can up in a place that violates natural law. Now you want him to put a camera on? How dare you?
Yeah, that would be a solution. If you want to present evidence, you could show a day's worth of an orbit from a satellite.
Yeah. Well, that's so
they
true.
say they
Glenn.
already do that with the ISS, though, don't they?
Yeah, yeah. It's so true, Glenn. He says the problem is they force the people to buy the product regardless of whether they want it or not. That is so true. It's called tax for a reason, yes.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to pay for it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Justified or not, you just got to pay for it. Mad, isn't it?
So in orbit, I was told this by IC Spin that satellites actually do experience gravity on board like the ISS.
Yeah. Sam, yeah, that's very bad news. In the UK, they're wanting to bring the digital ID, like in China now.
Yeah.
And I heard
know,
a few
because-
weeks ago, even here in South Africa, they were talking about that, yeah. So I
I
do,
just that's too far for me. I won't do it. That's too far.
I do believe that this is the implementation of the One World system.
Yeah.
And I think all of us that are going to deny, refuse to take it, are unfortunately going to be going through what we call the tribulation.
Definitely. And they have to become self-sufficient.
Yeah, they already got the digital ID here, so.
Yeah,
They-
but
they've
this
had-
is
they
a
asked you
different
to-
type of digital ID, Roger. This is
No, this is
biometric. This is totally
you get-
biometric.
Yeah, and you get put. It's like I don't know, if you owe something and you don't pay it, it automatically comes out, and then you get given a point system to buy stuff. Point system.
Even
Yeah,
in China, they got people they like walk around with white mesh upon their face, kind of masks, so that the cameras aren't able to pick them up with it. Because I mean, you even get deducted points and things on how your facial expressions is based on some events, and then you can't even buy things if you got too much points decredited from you. So they walk around with white mesh masks and things to try hide from the cameras for this. It's quite insane.
So back what I was saying about the ISS. So it literally isn't a parabolic fall the whole time it's in orbit. So
Well,
Orbit?
yeah.
What orbit? What's an
yeah,
orbit?
orbit. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going with their claim. So literally, I'm trying to think. How does that work? If you're constantly falling, but then you would never have any actual incidents where there is a force being applied to it except that fall rate. So anything, that's why they get the free floating stuff, or you get the anti-gravity effect, right?
Mm-hmm. I just want to say, Norman Cross. Problem with Keir Starmer, he's too much of a coward and he's bowing down to the Islamicists. So he's going to do, he's just gonna give in to everything and just probably do it under your guys' noses without you even knowing about it, without everybody even doing anything about it. You can try, but at the moment there doesn't seem to be any rights for the British people at all.
No.
I mean, Michael showed me a video which I saw earlier of a vet there. He just had a banner which Keir Starmer didn't agree with, so they arrested him.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's real. Yeah, that's like tyranny, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they picked him up out of his wheelchair and they arrested him.
Yeah, Vicky was telling me about this digital thing as well, that if you have your England flag or Union flag up or whatever, they'll suspend some kind of payment or take points off you.
You're
in
not
that
allowed
digital
to.
system for having the flag
Yeah,
up.
flags
Huh?
are not illegal, but you can have a Palestine flag. That's all fine. Handy
it's
dandy,
fine.
perfect.
Well, Trump made it illegal to burn flags over here, so and you can't fly them over there. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
I can remember when the World Cup was on. This is about 12 years ago or something, and they whined when the England or anything else was coming out with the flags. It was oh no, we were warned by the police to take him down and by adverts on the TV and that to take him, or whatever, not commercial, what do you call them? Public announcement on the TV to keep your flags and all that down because it causes hurt to other people that lives here, but they could have their flags up for the World Cup, but people in Britain couldn't. It was just ridiculous.
Yeah,
That's funny.
crazy.
Yeah. Well, I was going to go into Saab got this video with the Russians opening that door with that free fall thing. How did he get traction on the floor? He's actually pulling on this hatch in a free fall position in an orbit. So he's getting traction. He's pulling, and the door literally just falls with the weight of the door. How do you get that in a free fall motion and a permanent free fall motion?
I got an
here?
idea.
You can't.
It's a gravity pocket.
Oh, that was it. Bam. Pockets of gravity. I got 2 of them. They're on the side of my pants.
Yeah. So yeah, where are the globies in chat? You guys think space is real? Why don't you come and tell us how it's real?
See what I mean? I had to.
But that's a good thing,
there's-
Raza B. Yeah, he says we Irish are not standing up for this. We are putting
Yeah.
up flags everywhere. Yeah, it's quite crazy, man.
But there's nothing wrong with that comment, and I had to show it. Instead, it said hide or show, and I had to show it. There's nothing wrong with that comment. So what's YouTube playing at? That's crazy. There's nothing because it mentions flags. I bet you.
The thing is, there's a lot of.
I'm gonna go buy one.
Yeah, there's
Put it out.
there's a lot of covering up anything that's gonna go against the propaganda at the moment. So
Oh, it'll be the Psycho Migrants comment. Sorry, that'll be what it is. But yeah, I think there's nothing wrong with that because that's exactly what they are at the minute.
but I was thinking, like, if you look in the UK now, okay, those Muslims go and they close off the streets to pray in the streets, okay? I mean, stopping ambulances and things from going through, okay, to hospitals and things, to pray in the street, for Pete's sake. What would happen if Christians had to go to Islamic countries and close off streets and start praying? What do you think would happen?
Oh man, that's a good question.
They'd all get the death
That-
penalty.
Yeah. Well, here on the state side, this is what I don't get because it was ground into it. There was a separation of church and state for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Religion is an individual
The
or
problem-
your relationship. Yes,
The
it's a
problem
personal
is,
thing.
yeah, the problem is, you guys are still okay at the moment, but it's like intertwining there little bit by little bit, even there by you guys. But what's happening is people are taking over from inside, you know what I mean? And the people in power there are too cowardice to stand up against these people, so they just fold and accept it. So it's
I'm
quite
not, I'm not
sad.
folding. You can try that
Yeah,
somewhere
but
else.
you're not in power.
Me personally.
But Roger, you're not in
I know.
power. That's my point.
Well, what happened to power to the people? We the people. You know, the motto that they're supposed to be following is the government is for the people, not against the people.
Yeah, guys, just hit the likes, please. Hey, Vicky, good to see you. Thank you for coming.
Hi, babe.
Always more people watching
Vic.
than the likes. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
But the votes are still, yeah, it's gone up, but still 51% say space is fake. Ooh.
Wow, you got 13 likes out there. That's
What is low Earth orbit? What is
Leo?
orbit? Kevin Conrad, you got a lot to say tonight. Why don't you come in and have a discussion with us on your belief system? Very intrigued to listen to how you come up with these belief systems that you're pushing. Yeah, a lot of people are watching. A lot of globies are watching, but they refuse to just support the show just by hitting a like. Don't you think that's a bit unfair, guys? Come on.
God, it's madness. Just
I'm sure you guys.
it's like
can
showing
hear
up
this.
and not shaking your hand. You know,
Yeah. So yeah, remember guys, tomorrow night's Flat Earth Friday, and it should get nice and choppy again, heated up as usual. And I got some footage that I'm going to be showing as well, so it should be cool. Showing.
Hey, Flats, could I?
Yeah.
Sorry. Can I share a picture with you? Right quick? I was doing my compressor. Using the Suez Canal.
Yeah.
From there.
Yeah, share it. Let me check.
Yeah.
Roger, Vicky says hello.
I said hello back. Hey, Vicky.
Oh, yeah.
I said it out loud, but I don't know if anybody heard me.
Okay, no, I was probably reading the chat.
Smoky McBacon. I've clicked it twice. What more do you want? Well, you're gonna have to click it a third time because otherwise it goes off.
Yeah.
But thank you
This
anyway.
is a compressor. This thing I got. You see it?
Yeah,
This is at 100 times right here. You can see the difference from the original to there.
Make it bigger if you can. But yeah, it
Yeah,
changes everything a bit.
I'm trying to get. No, it's like there's no way to.
If you fill the whole screen Flats and get rid of us, just do the blank one on the right hand side. If you get rid of our avatars and fill the screen
Okay,
at
let's
the
see.
bottom, no, the layout. That's it. That's the one. It's still not much bigger, is it? But yeah, you can see a difference.
I could show you the old one all the way across and take it back.
There's a
See the original
bit of a difference. Yeah.
Yeah, there is.
It doesn't make it curved when you compress this image at that distance. And if that was a curved horizon, it would compress curved, wouldn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, Mike
I can
Dornan.
take it
It's
down.
quite
Maybe you have
crazy,
to do it
man.
on a better, maybe on a C one, so it looks more level.
I got you. I'll do some of those later. Let's see if I can pull up a picture. Let's see. Download the image. I don't want to show everybody this. Let me take it off before I. Yeah. I got a ton of photos.
All right.
I got to go through.
It's Roger doing his flexing in the mirror, showing his muscles off the mirror.
No, that's what it is. Yeah, that's what. No, I got memes and all kinds of other stuff. I don't have any like personal pictures that I'm not going to show anybody online. I got pictures of my kids and stuff too, and my grandkids.
Yeah, of
that are
course,
saved.
of course.
I can show you a picture of my grandson when he was like 1 year old with my daughter. I can press that image, but I don't think she would appreciate that out here.
Yeah, Roger, if you can't ever blow up the picture, just go to the side. The right hand side, 3 dots in the right hand corner, and you can just go up percentage, whatever.
Yeah, I can't scroll down on this page. It won't let me scroll to anything else. This is all I have on it.
All right.
Yeah. Looking for an image of the ocean. Gotta go to my gallery.
Yeah, exactly, Santero. All I see is lights in the sky. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that looks like lights to me. They're doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Floating around, bouncing around. Stuff that kind of defies physics that we know. So it's not really necessarily a physical object, is it? Maybe it's supernatural.
That's yeah. Ooh.
I can't find any good pictures of the ocean right here, right now. I got a lot to scroll through.
So yeah. Very important question to you, Roger.
Yes.
Star Wars or Star Trek?
I want to go with Star Wars.
Yeah, okay.
Star Trek is too dry, I think, compared to Star Wars. if I'm going to watch a movie, or read a story.
Yeah, I'm also a Star Wars guy. Got nothing against Star Trek though. I do enjoy Star Trek, but Star Wars is just more.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
know,
Star Trek gives more
entertaining for
nods
me.
to even. Yeah, Star Trek gives more nods to actual exploration, like the Enterprise, and the name their ships after actual real explorers.
Smokey
Like
McBacon
Clark.
says Star Trek. Santero says Star Trek. So we've got 2 Star Treks in the chat. Not the last ones.
Nah.
That's the thing that's really kind kind of put me off Star Wars though is the last Star Wars that's come out. They're very woke minded. But yeah, if it gets back to the original Star Wars, yeah. Star Wars. Any day.
Yeah, better storyline.
Vicky says Star Wars. Smokey, Star Wars is fine, but it's lost its way over the past years. Yep, exactly what I'm saying, Smokey. Stargate Atlantis, yeah. Babylon 5, those are cool. I always used to love that.
How about
Stargate
Deep
was really
Space
cool.
Nine? Remember that one?
Huh?
The Deep Space Nine, Star Trek, Deep Space Nine. It's basically an international space station. What they were trying to represent. I think Star Wars does a better job with like representing like politics. With like the Emperor, the Empire, and they have like a basically like a Congress.
Probably. But Star Trek though played a better how can I say, their role to explain a government, you could say, on the ship
Okay, I guess.
was a bit better.
Rank and file.
Based on Star Wars and Star Trek, okay, let's compare it to what we see today in what they claim on the ISS. Do you guys see something that's blaringly different when you look inside the so-called ISS compared to inside, that's for instance, let's take for instance the Millennium Falcon.
Okay.
Think of the wiring. Which one looks more realistic to you? And that's a funny thing because the movie looks more realistic to me because it's more organized.
Well, think about it. If you're planning a long trip somewhere, right, and you had to make something that would actually last through that long trip, would you put it together haphazardly, just connect it here, and leave loose wires hanging around? No, you would put it in a containment of some sort. You'd put it in a conduit or something.
Yeah, but you'll have it organized. The ISS wiring doesn't look organized at all.
Nope.
It's literally just lying loose everywhere, a fire hazard. So I find that really odd. You're telling me all the time they got up there, they can't just take a few minutes and just sort the wiring out? Doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't make any sense. Practically, it's more of a hazard, more of something that's going to go wrong fast. I think somebody
There's a
pointed
Wookiee in
that out.
the ISS too. Oh!
What electrician or a technical engineer would actually put together the ISS station like that? I don't know it personally.
I'm surprised the ISS hasn't caught on fire.
My other compressor I'm looking at, it actually has an AI option. Everything's got an AI option.
Well, that's the thing. People are going to have to start getting used to it now because AI is starting to be integrated everywhere now. As much as it is, it's really starting to get integrated. I don't know if you saw the latest with the new AI development now, that you can literally have such seamlessly lip syncing with someone else's AI now that you can be talking like this. Like I could be me, okay?
Oh, I saw that, yeah.
And it's
I
not
did see
me. It's a total different person. Realistic, looks like a normal person. Talking, expressions, everything perfectly in sync.
Yeah.
You wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even
it.
know it's not me talking.
Yeah. He took a female version of the
Oh,
AI.
you saw
and
that.
He split the screen. He showed him at the top and his character down below, and it's perfectly even the facial expression.
Perfectly. I mean, that's how
Weird.
advanced it's getting now. So it's going to get to the point now where how are you going to prove where someone says something or not says it? Because it's going to be easy just to make up anybody say anything they wanted to say.
It'd be hard to believe anything, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly that. So I don't know if they're gonna have to bring out some kind of weird laws to, cross the line kind of thing with AI. Because I can tell you now, people are gonna misuse AI quite a lot to try and maybe frame people, but to say things that they never said. And how would anybody know it was them or AI?
So video's not going to hold up in court, man. I'm going to tell you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Vlad, good to see you, bro.
Hey, Vlad's in the house. Yeah, good to see you, man.
Hey, what?
Tony
came
Whitcomb,
on my
I got
screen
a
last
banger
night.
for you guys, and it's just from a simple observation from everyone on Earth that destroys the globe. Ooh, sounds interesting. Shout out to Tony Whitcomb, long-time supporter of the channel. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, he was over on QE's the other day. Like, long time no see, Tony. Where you been?
Yeah, I was going to say, Tony, good to see you, man. I don't hardly see Tony anymore, but he used to be, used to see him all the time here and mine, and that he must be taking time off. Good to see you there, Tony.
Smokey McBacon. If there is a fire on the ISS, they just open a window for a couple of minutes.
It takes all the air out, no fire, man. You're good. Yeah. Good way to put a fire out and kill everybody at the same time.
Yeah, no, they'll just take their finger out of the hole in the ISS,
What are they doing with matches in space?
Yeah.
It reminds me of the little boy with the dike. He put his finger in there, sit there and hold it in Holland.
Aye.
So Don Pettit's the little Dutchman. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just put your finger in there. Stop it.
Negative Torch says, if the ISS was perfectly clean, you would argue that it would have wires everywhere. No, that's not how it works.
No.
Especially growing up with my dad being an IT. He was an IT specialist for Microsoft, and those server rooms and things were spotless when it came to wiring. It had to be as organized as possible. Now you see this. ISS. Wires lying around everywhere, scattered, not even labeled, not knowing what's going on. It's a hazard waiting to happen.
Yeah, when I worked in fiber optics, we had static bracelets, and everything had to be away from each other, and we had to ground ourselves because we would actually damage the equipment if we touch it with a static shock. The charge would actually throw the processors off, and all the equipment in there, it would affect it. It has to be clean. They're dust free. We even had dust free floors in these places where they had this special wax that we actually put on the server floors that didn't attract any kind of dust for some reason. There's something they add to the wax that keeps, stuff like that will affect the equipment. You can't have it just laying around like that. It has to be organized, neat, and you have to be static free. And you had to ground yourself when you worked on the equipment because it will fry the processors. If you were like touching the equipment, unscrewing it, unplugging stuff. Yeah.
Well, Smokey, if you can show me the labels on those wiring, please go ahead. Because all the footage I've seen from the so-called ISS wiring doesn't show any labels anywhere. So if you can show the wiring labels, please go ahead, show us. But that's the thing, Vlad. We can easily see when something is real, for instance, on a submarine and things. They don't need to fake anything. But when it comes to the ISS, they constantly need to fake things. Why? Why do they need to fake the things if it's not if it's not fake? If it's real, they wouldn't need to fake anything.
And I'm pretty sure some of that equipment on the ISS is really sensitive. So if
sensitive.
You were to trip over a connector and pull it out and it would short out on the floor, it would fry the processor that's in whatever device they had there, and it wouldn't work properly. You wouldn't get the readings that you need, or it would affect the equipment you're flying with. That would be a very important thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. No, the way it's set up, the way they've had it set up for years. And Skylab, for instance, had nothing like that laying around. And Skylab was a very neat thing, but they actually had running water on Skylab. They took showers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work? How do the physics change from one satellite to another? I don't get it.
Right.
I think Billy Gill pointed that out a long time ago.
But I remember on the
There you go.
ISS as well, a while, I think it was like a whole bunch of years ago, one of the astronauts apparently snuck on some bread or something, or toast or something. And this was before they made all the rules about the kind of food and stuff they can have on there. And then when he took a bite, some of those particles, the crumbs and stuff, started flying all over in the ISS apparently. And it was a hazard. So, if they worry about a damn breadcrumb as a hazard, okay? You're telling me they're not worrying about all loose wires everywhere?
Yeah.
Come
And
on.
the way they allegedly play about with water as well.
Doesn't make sense.
Don't mind the equipment. It won't go into there.
Yeah,
It's floating
let's play cricket and golf
Yeah.
and things.
Well, I mean, why isn't these things accessible from the inside of the ISS? Why is it always the outside?
Mm-hmm. Wesley, when it comes to, for instance, Mark Rober's pictures on a satellite in space, I wouldn't claim that space though. And it is easy to fake that as well, by the way. But yeah, Mark Rober, I think, is an awesome guy, though, to an extent. But I do believe he has a bias towards pushing space, because remember, he did work as a NASA engineer, so...
Well, that would give him a reason. So did anybody ever answer what actually happened on a funny thing on the way to the moon? The
No.
rogue footage that got released? Nobody
No.
answered any of the questions?
Nope. All we got literally from Luca was, nah.
Nobody else wanted to come in and talk about it, did they?
Nope.
Don't think I got out of anybody else about it before. It's like, that's not real.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Odell, good to see you, man. I just want to point out, on the submarine, the reason you're not going to see any labels for wiring, is because those wires are literally trunked. With the ISS, the wires are not trunked, they're just lying open for everybody to see.
Yeah, most satellites are built in clean rooms, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Any of those, yeah.
That's the thing, they
So,
try and build it in as much of a dust-free environment as possible.
I wonder why.
Mm.
Yeah. I wonder if Wesley's ever worked in a clean room. I have. The medical industry's full of those. I got friends that work for a company called Gore here in the States that actually that's all they do. They work in clean rooms daily. They can't bring anything extra into the room. It'll affect the equipment that they're assembling. We even wear clean suits so they don't bring any dust or anything or debris on their clothing or anything.
That's also true, Ironworks, yes. It also depends where you are and the places on the submarine. Also, you have to understand that the submarine is not going to have as much wires as the ISS, because it's not... Okay, there's a lot of electrical things on the submarines, though.
Not as big.
But the point I'm trying to make is they don't put it in people's way. It's not just there. It's like, hey, trip hazards, you know what I mean? Fire hazards.
Submarines are big ships, but I've never seen one the size of a football ground yet.
Mm-hmm.
No, neither have I. Hey, it gives the military an idea. They could build a fortress, a submarine fortress under the water.
Unless you're on things like Fast and Furious 9 or 8 or something, where you big submarines chasing after you, battering through the ice and everything. Fantastic.
Oh, that's true. No Globies want to come in and have a discussion on this space. I mean,
space is a wonderful thing, isn't it?
Yeah. We got this votes up to 76 votes now. Space is fake. 53% say yes, no 45%, and not sure 3%.
Now I have ports here next to my computer where I plug in all my equipment and stuff. It's a little more organized than NASA. Although I
Wesley-
still trip over one.
Wesley says, but are what you see in harnesses, or are they actually wires? Obviously,
On
harnesses.
what? The ISS.
I,
I think
I would
both.
say the ISS.
I say both.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you,
they have to
Tony
have
Whitcomb, for your super chat. He says, as you two passing planes in your view, one should appear to be slower leaving your sight as Earth turns, and the other one faster out of view with turning underneath it. Hope you can visualize that. Yes, that is a brilliant point, because one would be going with the Earth curve and the Earth spin, and the other one would going opposite. So one would be traveling faster, apparently. Thank you for the super chat, Tony.
If you're observing it
You
from the
rock.
ground, you mean? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, on the ground.
Yeah, of course it would. Of course it would.
Thank you for the super
Oh,
chat,
man.
Tony. You rock. Really, really awesome stuff. Appreciate the support, man. Really, really much. But that's a good point, though, Tony. Actually, a very good
It
point.
certainly is. It certainly is.
And this is where the people tell me, conservation of momentum.
Was the one there. I was thinking the same thing, Plas. Exactly.
Oh, man.
So one
You don't
thing-
understand it.
So one plane
One
gets a back and one plane gets a hand. Yeah.
gets a pat on the butt. Move along, man. Go faster. Yeah, but you never see this in reality, though, do you? Like the flight times are just any impedances due to weather or wind
Weather,
patterns.
yeah, absolutely.
When they go back to the same coordinate and land on that stationary thing called Earth.
Yeah.
Roger
That's it.
Lidwell.
They might.
Thank you
Yes.
for
you're welcome.
sending a gift membership. Really, really appreciate it, man. Woohoo!
Okay, if PJ would actually, if he'd monetize, I'd get him members too.
I'm not monetizing it.
No, I know.
YouTube have tried me to monetize, but I'm not doing it. I haven't got enough subs yet, but they gave me the application to monetize. I've only need 300 more subs, but I'm fine with the Rumble side being monetized. And
Buzzer! Woo! Yay! Hey, Buzzer, how's it going, man?
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Luca.
How you doing, Luke?
I think you're forgetting about the Velcro Air. That's why the planes go the same speed.
Oh, okay. How do you Velcro air, Baz? Like, come on, tell us.
Well, you get a lot. You get a lot of. Hold on, let me ask ChatGPT.
Stop.
Yeah. Ask ChatGPT. Do it like Luca.
Oh, it's madness, isn't it, guys?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The things they got to accept in their own mind. I mean,
Well,
and
you
they'll
know how
actually walk you
Velcro
through.
works. It's like fluffy material in little hooks, so they must sew hooks into the air, and then the rest of the stuff must have fluffy material attached to it.
You know, I didn't think about that. The clouds are fluffy. Maybe that's the fluffy side of the Velcro. That's the clouds grab the air and it spins all relative to whatever.
Yes.
And you know what's
Very,
sad
very
about
good.
that? There's no demonstration to show Velcro there anyway.
Well, it just is. It just is.
Don't come and teach your logic.
I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever, like, let's for instance, looked at a record player before or a CD player, and you spin that record or CD. Does the air above it spin with it? No.
Of course, that's how the sound comes out, right?
Oh my God.
Wesley, last time I seen Derek, I'm sure he said he was going
Yeah.
to take some time off.
Yeah, he says
be
he's gonna
honest.
take a
It's
while
okay.
off and stuff, but he last I heard he was still okay. He was just also like trying to get away from the internet stuff as much as possible,
Yeah.
which I see a lot
I
of
don't blame
people
him, man.
doing these days, by the way, which I don't blame.
Definitely.
Sometimes
I
you
mean,
just need, something different, something, away from the normal.
Sometimes you just take your head out of the game for a little while. That's it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've been thinking about doing it. Stop streaming for a little bit, but I'll probably, you know what, mate. I say that, but then after 2 days of not streaming,
You're so used to it by now.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think
Yep.
with you, it's like quite hectic though. You might have to like think of a different kind of schedule that's gonna just make it a bit more healthy for you because you're always awake, man. You're always streaming.
I know. And,
Hey, you should
anyway,
do
What are you
another
talking about,
fishing
Steve?
stream.
PJ's schedule is on. That's it. That's the schedule. It's just
That's
on.
what I'm saying. It's just on.
Yeah.
It's never off.
That's
You
true,
should
that's true.
go do a couple of canal fishing streams again.
Yeah, I never
Yeah,
did,
the
did
house.
do any stream. I never ever did do any fishing streams. I just actually used to film my catch.
Oh, yeah,
I
the
never
shorts,
used to
yeah.
I never even used to film me fishing. I just used to film the catch because I was filming on a phone. I didn't have a GoPro, so like I've got a GoPro now, but it's a crappy Teemu one. And I checked out the picture on it, and it says it's high HD. It's more like it's less than 320. I'm telling you, or 380.
Ooh,
320,
that's not
320. Can't remember, but one of them. It's less than that. By the looks of it, and it's even got tinges of green and purple, and I'm like, what the heck did they give me?
Teemu's high quality, man.
240. That's what it looks like. About 240, to be honest. But yeah, I will do it again. I just haven't been fishing for a while. I should get a GoPro so I can film the whole lot. You know what I mean? Film the whole lot. Show what kind of jig I'm using. You know, what kind of lure, whatever. You know?
Yeah, you could do your own intro for the show, like Angling for Truth.
Yeah, well, it'd still be called
Yeah.
Angling for Truth, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
It takes
yeah.
them both together. But yeah, I know I will have to go fishing again, definitely. I'll need to get a GoPro, a proper one. Because you can't
It'll
film
get
on
you-
your phone. You could get a chip pocket with your phone sticking out of it, I suppose, but then that means I have to go portrait instead of landscape, and I don't want to go portrait.
Well, do what the Bobby does and get a chest cam, you know.
Yeah, that's it, GoPro. So not, or a GoPro, cheaper GoPro type thing. But just don't go Teemu cheap GoPros. I mean, ridiculous. It wasn't even that cheap.
I'm not gonna ask you
You
what
should
you
get a
paid.
Hasblad, whatever they have.
Oh yeah, their Hasblad would be really good for everything. I hear they work in a vacuum too.
Yeah, radiation and all.
I am a vampire. Can't you see by the colour of my skin? I'm very vampiric.
That's a cute little vampire, Vicky.
It's so easy to tell when I'm embarrassed. So easy.
You turn into a raspberry.
You can tell when I've been playing sports as well, because I've got 2 white stripes here where my eyebrows are, because they're just pure white.
So that's where they got the
Red
name for
white
the.
stripes, yeah.
That's where they got the name for the band, White Stripes. They saw a people.
White. Oh, yeah, sure, that's where they got it. Sure it was. I think they were doing some other kind of stripes.
Yeah, they were white. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. No, I will stream tomorrow again. It's just seems that nobody wants to turn up for biblical stuff, apart from the regulars like Bazan, Roger, and whoever else comes to my stream regularly, you know. But,
We got Thomas. Thomas shows up on a
Thomas
regular.
always comes up, yeah, when he's awake. Thomas will always be there. He's a regular. He's a regular.
Yeah.
PJ's an albino. Close to it. When I was a kid, my hair was white, like my eyebrows. Obviously, it's darkened down now. It's fair. It's dirty fair, I'd call it. You know what I mean? Dirty fair. Chewing gum
You're
fair.
a day
chewing
walker.
gum. I'm a day walker, yeah. At least I can walk through it. But it does burn if the sun's out. It burns a lot. Anything over 18 degrees, burning.
What was the name I came up with for trolls yesterday? It was really funny. Everybody laughed about it. I said something about troll something. I can't remember.
Oh, I can't remember the name. Was it on my
It was
stream?
one- Yeah. We were before you started yesterday. We were talking about trolls, and I said something about.
You did, and I can't even remember what it was.
Yeah, it was funny though. I got to go back and watch the stream.
Yeah. Oh, you sure it wasn't before the stream started though?
I thought it was right during when it did
No,
start.
it wasn't, because I started on my own. I was on my own when I started, so it must have been during the
Yeah.
stream. Yeah.
I'll go get on that.
So I guess we can all agree space is fake and nobody can come and defend their belief.
They got labels on the wires, Flats. They have labels on it. That makes space real.
Do they? Wait, let me see if I can find labels.
That's
on
what
the
Wesley said. Okay.
Well, if they can present it, it'll be quite great.
Yeah, that would be.
Well, it's the same as if I wear sunglasses. People talking about that. If I wear sunglasses for 20 minutes outdoors and I come in, I've got big white round patches on my eyes. It's crazy. I
Too
remember
bad you
wearing-
can't readjust your pigment in your skin, Pete.
This is the
I remember
International
wearing,
Space
like, when
Station.
I was in rehab in London, Teen Challenge Christian Rehab, I was about 7 months in, so I was big. You know, I'd gone from 10 stone up to like 14 and a half stone, and I was training. Well, it was, sorry, about 11 stone to 14 and a half training, because 11's really small for me, skinny. And I was training. So we was out doing, and sorry, I was training every night, but we was out doing work program, and I was sawing wood, and it was really, really hot. And I had a vest on, just a normal, like, it was a cut off, it was a t-shirt with the sleeves cut off, sort of thing. Yeah. So yeah, I had that on, and I was burning. And we had swimming that night, and I remember going to swimming, and the whole lot of me was red, except for something that looked like a bra round about me, a white bra. It was awful. I was so embarrassed, man.
Watch this, guys. Let's see.
This is the International Space Station.
Wow.
For over 2 decades, it has been our home in outer space. But it's a home unlike any other. The ISS is the size of a football field. It orbits the Earth at over 23 times the speed of sound, and with a
Orbits the other 23 times the speed of sound, guys.
Wow.
What is
Wow.
the speed of sound? It's what, 600 and
700 mile an hour or something, is it?
around there.
Something like that.
That's
Speed of
pretty
sound.
good.
Last time I checked, if you, for instance, going at the speed of sound,
So
think you'll notice-
it's- in dry air, it's 343 meters a second. So
Wow. That's insane, man.
is
production
that-
cost of around 160 billion US dollars, the space station is the most expensive structure ever built. And as impressive as all that sounds,
And interesting about that, in 2030 they want to destroy it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
761 mile per hour, or 1,100 feet a second.
Insane.
Imagine bumping something at that rate you're going, and even if it wasn't a vacuum, the transfer of energy would be almost instant, wouldn't it?
I mean, would it?
Even
Let's, for instance, a fly. Let's say you outside, and a fly hits you in your forehead at that speed. Will the fly probably lodge itself into your head?
Yeah, give you a fly lobotomy. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. Wouldn't a sound wave at that kind of speed kind of knock you on your ass?
That's just
Yeah.
insane amount of speed, man.
It is.
I think you guys are missing the point here. You can't spend that much money on something and it not be real.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
oh, okay.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Oh yeah, you got me, man.
Nobody-
Let's be real, because this looks so real.
Looks fantastic. It looks like it's like the movie Gravity or something.
I was gonna say it looks like Sandra Bullock's in there, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the sad thing of it all. The movie Gravity with Sandra Bullock was much more realistic than the ISS footage that they claim is real.
Maybe.
Well,
they're-
Hollywood can afford better maths, so they're more accurate.
maths.
Yeah, it is, Vlad. It's a ridiculous speed, isn't it? It's a ridiculous speed, man.
it's actually the people that make the ISS exceptional.
Okay.
Human beings from all over the world living together in a place beyond borders, beyond atmosphere, beyond gravity.
That's just a thing I don't get. Russia and America is at war with each other, but they will be friends together on the ISS.
Yeah.
How?
No, if you watch the movie
Weird.
ISS, they're friends until they're not on the movie.
Oh, okay. Friends until you're not. I get it.
Friends until they're not on the movie, yeah.
Yeah.
ISS movie, yeah.
Yeah, it was all politically though. I mean, it wasn't charged like, and there was a war going on Earth, and it's like every nation for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were the only people. I mean, Earth was attacked, but they're up there in space in the ISS. Oh, what do we do?
So let's take a look inside the ISS and see what everyday life is really like.
Hey, class, hold on a second.
250
Did they just say zero gravity previous right before this? And I've had them claim that they're in gravity. The new thing they're saying now that the ISS.
No, they
has
say
in
zero
a
G
gravity.
because they're free falling constantly.
But he did say zero gravity. They just straight up said,
They
you know.
say 0G
Yeah.
because they're free falling around the Earth apparently. So they're in orbit falling around constantly. That's why they say 0G.
So why don't we have a picture like this? A real picture.
Because it's not real.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because it's too difficult for a claimed real satellite to take a real picture of the actual real ISS they claim.
Well, I mean, if they're flying a shuttle in here, couldn't they just take a picture while they're flying in?
Easy. There's so
Get a-
many things they can do to just take the so-called real picture. But you know what the argument is? Oh, we don't need to debunk anything. We don't need to prove anything. Oh, buzzer dropped.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
his
that-
phone. His phone does that
It's
all
bad
the
phone.
time.
There we go.
Miles
What
above
are you lot
Earth.
on about? That's a real picture.
Real video.
This is the thing that
All
took
right.
me the most. Look at
Wow.
these SpaceX suits, okay? Do you
beautiful.
think
Anna?
that this will protect anybody in a vacuum?
No. It looks
I'm gonna
very.
go with a no. Yeah.
It looks very Space Odyssey 2001. It looks cool, but no, it's not going to keep. It's not going to secure you from that alleged vacuum.
I think if you bang on a triangle, Devo will show up.
Really? Now, couldn't they build like a simulator and stick these guys in and put a camera in front of it?
Very easily. Remember what's that?
man.
What's that show we watched? Space Cadets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first thing we need to do is get ourselves strapped into a spacecraft and prepare to blast off.
Oh wow. 1 day of survival. Thank you.
To reach the ISS, you've got two options.
Okay.
Option 1, the Russian Soyuz, a compact capsule that's been flying crews to the station since the very beginning. It's a design that's been in use since the late 1960s and has gone mostly unchanged since the era of the Soviet Union.
Interesting. So there we go. There's an opportunity to take an actual photo of the ISS, correct, guys?
Yeah. And that was really grainy footage they're showing of the Soyuz there. I couldn't really make it out. And the one below it, the little caption.
Mm-hmm.
Option 2,
I
the
wonder
SpaceX
why.
Crew Dragon, which has a sleek design on the outside, a spacious and comfortable layout on the inside, and is built for the modern era with mostly touchscreen controls. When the hatch finally opens, the crew floats into their new home, and this is where the real experience begins. The ISS isn't the carpeted
Okay, let's see if we can see any cables with labels on them for Wesley. Okay, guys?
open
Cables
concept
and labels.
layout you've seen in a Star
3 of
Trek
them.
TV show. It's more like a floating tunnel system. A
Let's
series
pause it quickly. Can anybody see labels?
And no, I don't see any. No. I see colored
And this
wires.
is by
you
the
can tell.
cupola. A lot of
I see
loose
some
wires.
on the boxes, but no cables. Not like there's no labels on the wires, but on the boxes I can see a sticker and that, but no, not on the cables themselves. Oh, there is one there, the grey cable. If you look at the bottom right hand screen, bottom right
Oh,
next to
yeah, I
the
see
green
it. Yeah.
labels on that cable
There.
there. No, but for
No,
that
no, no, no.
There.
Up a little
There
bit.
we go.
No,
That
just a bit down. A bit, yeah, there as well.
That could
there
be
as
a
well.
label. That could be a label.
Bit further
There's
down,
a couple
if you look
labels
back, if you look at this.
Oh, there we
1, 2,
go.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
That's the one.
Ah,
Series
There's a
of
couple
connected
labels there.
modules.
ah see, guys, the
They're not-
ISS is proven
those-
now. The ISS is proven. There's a
those-
label. Oh, man.
I think you guys are mixed up. Those aren't wires. Those are grab handles. So when you're floating around, you got something to hold on to.
Oh, yeah, it's those.
I normally
But it's
put my
a,
wires out where you can grab them.
but it's specialized.
Yeah, you know,
It's a specialized
he gets
grab
stuck
hand. It's a specialized grab handles. It's those that grab you along the neck. You know, so when you try and struggle to push off, it holds you tighter, just so you don't float around. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the good- high quality ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I make a point right quick? When I did phone work in the phone systems and fiber optic stuff, everything was tightly bundled together, neatly trimmed to spec. And we left a little bit of excess so you could move it if you had to. But any like those elongated wires there, that would not fly. They would kick you out of the industry. Like, you don't work here anymore. You come in and do work like that. That's literally the way they treated it. And I don't see why this isn't treated the same way. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Each
Well, I
about the
don't know why
size of a
Sandy's any fan. I was gonna say I don't know why the
Small
family minivan has more cameras on it than the space shuttle, but there you go.
Oh,
Yeah, that's actually true.
Thus arranged in a T-shaped layout. The American side includes Destiny, the main science lab, Unity, the central hub, and Tranquility, where the life support and crew quarters live. Europe has the Columbus module, while Japan runs Kaibo, a high-tech lab with its own research facilities. The Russian segment includes Zarya, the very first module ever launched, and Zvezda, the main living quarters and control center. In total, there are more than 15 pressurized
Wow.
modules offering about 13,700 cubic feet of habitable space. That's roughly the size of a 6-bedroom house.
Insane.
American components, Russian components, all made in Taiwan.
Armageddon. Brilliant.
I see the badges over here. Well, that's for each mission,
American
right?
components, Russian components, all made in Taiwan.
You are in
Bro,
my
bro.
compartment.
What are we looking at though right now?
Oh.
What is that? It's
I really
a
don't
bag
know.
or something.
Don't expect much
Bags, there
legroom.
we go.
Every surface is packed. Laptops, cables, camera gear, lab hardware, air ducts.
It's actually a rubbish
There's
bag,
no
refuse bag.
Ooh,
Ah.
look what they're packing in the background. Come on.
They're like keys to me.
Yeah,
I mean,
Kilos of something. Just checking.
Such thing as wasted space in the ISS. Moving around can be a challenge at first. Without gravity, concepts like up and down don't matter like they do on Earth.
Really?
Your sense of direction actually comes from fluid sloshing around inside your ears.
And yet they always seem to tilt their head up straight. Have you guys realized this?
yeah, I know they have.
Yeah.
They have they know where up and down is supposedly. I guess.
But that's the thing.
You'd have to.
If you've ever watched any, do yourself a favor, guys. If you watch the ISS footage with these astronauts, they always correct their head upwards. Always.
Yep. Yep.
And
have a reference,
when you
don't
watch
they?
them talking, it's very seldom that one's going to be forced to be upside down. And they're never upside down for long. They turn around the other way because you see blood rushing to their head.
Right.
Yeah. So why are all these loose wires out here? If you're floating around in 0G and you lose control of yourself, there's a good chance you're going to yank a couple of those loose if you bump into them. You're going to get tangled in them. That doesn't make any sense. You can see them all down the hallway too, like the white bundles down there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they certainly are labeled, though. I can see plenty of labels, but that's that proves nothing.
ISS food warmer. It's literally just a bag. It's a case.
That's it.
Look, you can see that. It's a case.
Yeah.
It is. It is screwed to the wall.
Yeah, it's an attaché case just stuck to the wall.
Wow, okay.
So
High-tech.
once you begin
Great.
floating in space, that fluid-based system gets scrambled and the brain becomes disoriented. But the crew adapts quickly. Color-coded handrails, clear labels, and lots of practice help astronauts move smoothly and in the right direction. Once we are settled into the station, it's time to think about getting to work. Astronauts don't come here for leisure time. Every hour,
Really? They don't come there for leisure
Really?
time. No, they're always working. Always. They're never resting at all.
Okay, never. Wow, brilliant. Leisure time. I mean, you see them playing about with balls and stuff like that in water, and, showing you how their teeth is brushed. That seems like
Nice.
leisure time to me. Leisure time,
Yeah.
not leisure.
Yeah. How
Yes,
to
that's
use
it.
the vacuum toilet? Yeah.
Yeah, but you got to consider all the time they go around picking up the screws that fall and making sure they empty out their plastic cups that are holding water.
Yep.
Yeah. He's in there dropping screws when he should be dropping dumps. You know what I mean? Not screws.
But I mean, I want to point out just what's on screen right now. She's supposed to be in quote-unquote 0G, guys. Why does it look like she's holding on from the ground?
You mean, why does she look like she's trying to hold her back up at that
Yeah,
precariously
exactly.
odd
That's what I'm trying to say.
like when you're working
Yeah.
under a kitchen sink?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Don't you find that odd? I mean, her legs don't need to be arched onto the floor to hold her up, and she doesn't need to hold in there with her hands there. It seems very like trying
just
to
that
hold a pose.
Just that muscle memory.
Yeah, look at this.
Of every day is strictly
Why is she holding on there? Why is her foot holding onto the ground?
scheduled, and there is lots to do. But what is a day
Maybe
anyway?
because it's too tight, she needed the leverage.
Huh.
Maybe the bolt was too tight and she needed the stance to wrench it, but it looked like it was coming away easy to me. That
Yeah.
No, that looks real right
This
Yeah.
wow, no, this is wow. This reminds me of, I don't know if you guys ever played, I think it was like still when Windows 95 was out. And
there. I was gonna say that looks like Flight Simulator 95.
yeah, and Titanic was still big at the time. I don't know if you guys played that Titanic game.
No,
I haven't.
Reminds me of that graphics. Hey, Joe King, how's it going?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Good in yourself, man.
Good to see you, bro.
Good, man. Just getting a quick workout in over here. Got you guys on the big screen over here.
Awesome.
See that?
Are you also busy exercising in Zero G?
What's that? You got to keep your junk all tight.
I would ask you a question because you're like me. We like exercising. Imagine picking up a 100-pound dumbbell in Zero G. How the hell is that going to affect you?
Yeah.
True.
How are you going to get
Dude, the sky
hypertrophy
app
in something
great
that's
as
not
fuck.
going to be a weight?
Yeah.
Like
right.
your muscles would atrophy so quickly
Yeah, it's
Like-
insane.
with no resistance. It's ridiculous, man.
Right, they would. I mean, I remember when I was in a wheelchair, after 3 weeks of not using my legs, they went skinny, and I had really chunky legs, and they went so skinny after 3 weeks of not
Yeah.
using them. 3 weeks.
Yeah. And great show as usual, man. I love this subject. And my favorite thing, like this is my best one to get guys in the trade to thinking about, trying to talk to them about all this stuff. And the oxygen production is my favorite part
Oh,
of it.
yeah, yeah.
If you look at
I
that,
agree.
it's just they separate the oxygen and the hydrogen, and they get the water delivered. They separate it from water, but the water is delivered to them. On the 17,000 mile an hour space station.
Quite crazy.
So-
If they have sparkle, they deliver the water, right?
Yeah, I think they claim to use electrolysis to separate it.
Exactly. Yep.
They just send everything up there on the Amazon Prime rocket.
But I mean, think about it. Let's say someone farts in the ISS there, and it's just trying to recycle all this. The methane, how's the methane going to get separated anyway? It's just going to carry on staying there. That's stench.
Oh. Or if you're real hairy and your hair's coming off.
They have a cabin filter, Pete. I mean, class, they do. They can filter all the air through a filter. Pump it through.
And I mean, not to mention that they have to poop in their own underwear when they're doing these spacewalks. So
Right.
it's not a very hygienic job. This.
Yep.
Now
Food, water,
think of that smell staying, lingering there on their spacesuits constantly, and then someone else has to wear the spacesuit when they go and do the spacewalk. It's like, we poop brothers.
How do they wash those out on the station? How do they clean the suit out?
No, you just pull the Don Pettit and stick your finger up there for a week.
No.
Oh my word! Insane.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there's so much wrong with the ISS thinking about. I don't know how people can think it's real.
Yeah, Marcy, they lift weights in gravity pockets.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Flash, you were talking about lifting earlier. Have you seen the old what was it, Skylab videos where it shows them working out?
Oh yes, and they were using weights.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
No,
It's like two balloons on a stick. It's so
And the
great.
guy lifts up. He's like goes up and he's like, ooh. I
It's
remember
still
that.
going up with the weight. Yeah.
Yeah.
The ISS will orbit the Earth once every 90 minutes. That means astronauts experience 16 sunrises and sunsets every 24 hours. This rapid-fire day-night cycle can seriously mess with a person's internal clock, and that's actually very bad for your health.
All right, agree with client and start time track.
Very bad for your health to watch 16 sunrises.
I don't know how.
How?
Why? I mean, it's not like you're seeing blue skies through the day and dark skies at night. You know what I mean? What? How does it make
But
a
I mean,
difference?
what about people that are in solitary confinement? Okay, are you claiming that's
Yeah.
very bad for their
Yeah.
health?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, I don't think it's great.
Actually, good for the health in some cases because they don't get kicked the crap out of. You know what I mean? If you're in solitary.
I don't know. I don't know how it's bad for your health. And maybe mentally it can do stuff to you, but I wouldn't say health-wise it's gonna really affect you. I mean, they obviously got the
circadian rhythms.
yeah, they
or-
obviously
or-
got
yeah.
the way to look at time and stuff where they are, if they're there. You know what I mean? So
I figured it out. 45 minutes a night, 45 minutes a day in that cycle. I don't know how that would affect your health, though. I mean, you have daylight for 45 minutes, and then you have the moon or darkness for the rest.
Yeah, I don't understand how that would like circadian rhythm. That's your body's internal, isn't it? So how would something external affect it like that? I don't know.
because if you think
I don't
about it, let's for instance go look at places like the Arctic, okay, the North, where they have 6 months of light and 6 months of dark kind of thing. It's the same thing then.
Yeah.
They're saying, oh, it's bad for your health, guys, because your body's not going to know it's nighttime now, or it's not going to know it's daytime. It's I think you
Yeah,
kind
so
of
people
adjust.
that live in,
Yeah,
it would be affect their health, wouldn't it?
you kind of adjust to it. You know what I mean? You deal with it. So I,
Right. Maybe on a flat Earth where you're on it's a vast plane where the luminaries are coming at different times, like that. Maybe then, but nothing on a ball.
Yeah, I
None of
agree.
it works.
After this, the crew follows a standard 24-hour Earth day. The ISS uses special lighting systems that mimic natural sunlight to help maintain their sleep pattern. That's how they avoid a condition known as orbital insomnia that plagued early space explorers. It's also very important to combat boredom in space. Now that might sound trivial, but when people find themselves with
I just want to point out. Let's go back quickly. Look at the guy's eyes quickly. Gonna mute it quickly. Okay. Look at his eyes. Okay. Look where it's looking. See? Oh, making
Yeah.
sure on the screen. Make sure you're hitting
It's in
it.
the right place. Mm-hmm.
Quite interesting.
more volatile. And that's not what you want when everyone is confined to one space with no way out. To make sure that no one has enough free time to get weird, astronauts' days are meticulous.
Free time to get weird. What?
Because the orbital insomnia makes you weird.
Like it's getting weird in here, Scoob.
But you see, but that's also just another claim that they make. Now people just automatically accept it. Orbital insomnia is a thing now all of a sudden.
Yeah, I think they used to call it space madness. Like if you feel like you're trapped in a capsule, you may get claustrophobic and try to get manic and do some weird stuff. So they have like these procedures they have to like
That's
if
just
somebody goes mad.
claustrophobia. I mean, I'd go mad if I was stuck in a blooming square box all the time. Of course, you go mad eventually. You know, if you're not getting out of it. Of course, you go.
Bunch of overeducated normies.
Scheduled down to 5-minute chunks. This is all thanks to the operations planning team at Mission Control. There are actually multiple ground control centers for the ISS that are located in America, Russia, Europe, and Japan, so trying to decide what time it is in space can come with its own problems. The international partners settled on Greenwich Mean Time, or GMT, meaning that
Wow. Whoever thought?
Of course they did.
Just like
Yeah, I know.
anybody on anything with any navigation settles on GMT.
Yeah.
Who runs the world? I'm going to ask you that question.
Greenwich.
the ISS
Solar
operates in the
panels.
same time zone as the United Kingdom. On the space station, your workday begins at 6 a.m. and lasts through to 9:30 p.m. Astronauts will typically start their day just like everyone else, getting cleaned up and ready for work, but this is
Yeah, with hair gel. I know. Yeah.
Yes, please.
They need to start there picking up all that crap off the floor.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not the floor, it's the ceiling. They're just standing on the ceiling. Come on.
Oh, sorry, I forgot.
There is no up and down, sir. There is no up and down in this scenario.
Well, laptop says different.
Yeah.
This is where life begins to get complicated. There is no shower. Without gravity, the water won't go down the drain. It'll go everywhere, and that's not good. Water behaves in a very unusual way once you take gravity away. Water.
And yet every
Like how the
time,
reflections get bubbles.
yeah, and yet every time they supposedly look at the water and stuff, they look past the water.
Yeah.
It's really odd. Just look at the guy's eyes again. Look at Chris Hadfield as well. Look where he's looking, guys. Look where he's looking. See?
I get where you're going, Flats. Yeah, he stared at the screen across
Looking
from
past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't know where they're supposed to look.
See what it's at.
And by the way,
Hence
NASA.
that when the guy passes it
Yeah.
and hands it up.
And by the way, NASA's been playing around with augmented reality for a long time, guys. A long time. Why would NASA need augmented reality?
Because they're not in reality.
And also,
I wouldn't
the
waste
bubble
no drops.
the bubble reflections never track either to the surroundings.
Yeah.
Mm.
Not to mention we're in zero G, so that's going to float into the motherboard right over there, right?
That's dangerous. Yeah, I mean, they were worrying about a breadcrumb at some stage, okay?
Right.
But they're throwing water around and playing with water there.
Yep.
With a lot of electronics. It makes so much sense. Oh wait, I can probably unmute it.
Wash yourself, you basically just put water on a cloth with some soap and do a sort of sponge bath. Not luxurious, but effective.
Yeah. And with all the poop they need to clean off, how the hell would they do that?
That looks like the same toilet that the screw dropped from. In fact, it still looks like it's dropped. It doesn't look like it's been.
I
put back.
mean, think about the stench of these guys going from. They've been what, a month or two on this tin can. Haven't had a bath, full of poop. Okay. And they just wiped themselves off with a towel.
Yeah.
And they're wearing the same clothes for a week at a time without washing them, and they just throw them out after that. So I mean, their clothes.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the most efficient way to wipe yourself with one sheet of paper?
I know.
Yeah. I remember in the army way. You
the
fold it
with the hole in the middle.
Yeah,
right?
you fold
right?
it.
Yeah.
In the middle, yeah.
All right. So just follow me here, right? This is the best way to do it. You just pull out your Don Pettit thumb, right? You clench really good for a second, and then you do your one sheet trick. You pop her back in there to change your oil, and you're good for another day.
Ah, no.
The bit you tear off for the hole is the bit you use for your nail. To clean
Yes,
under your nail.
exactly.
There you go. Yeah.
Very hygienic. Yes, it is.
Prison style.
Yeah, we learned that in the bush, man.
Yeah.
The weirdest part
Oh,
is
I
that you
think
can't
they-
spit toothpaste out. It would just go flying in every direction, so you have to swallow it. Getting dressed is
Wow. Okay, wait. Now I know why they're so dumb. They eat their fluoride constantly.
It's good for
Pounds
your
of it.
middle. Yeah.
That makes so much sense. Hey, Luke, how's it
You
going?
gotta-
Hello.
You're trying to get rid of the nastiness out of your mouth. You don't want to be bumming swallowing it.
You got to swallow more than that to believe this tripe.
But think
Well,
about
yeah.
it. Swallowing fluoride toothpaste constantly, especially long term, is definitely not going to be very healthy, is it?
No.
They bring
Why
palms.
why can't they spit it into a bag or something? What?
Yeah, that's
Well, I mean,
my
everybody.
point. But I
As
mean,
far
they
as I know,
play,
everybody.
yeah, but I mean, they play around with the water. So why can't they just spit the toothpaste into a bag, like you said? But they can play around with water.
Well, I guess it's a requirement to swallow fluoride if you're on the ISS.
No, guys, it's like an episode on TV. You know, each episode is like a new start. So you just forget what happened last week.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
You got to pee into the RO machine several times a day. Everybody does.
Yeah, it's like Looney Tunes. If the coyote falls off the cliff, next week he's okay. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Well, I watched the Roadrunner Bugs Bunny show on, and it happened like every 15 minutes. He's fine.
But I
After
also
he
want
fell off the cliff.
I want to point out, look at this guy. He's clean shaven, okay? He's got a razor blade there. Now, anybody knows when you're going to shave, your little hairs is going to fly over all the place. How are they controlling that?
You just swallow it.
Follow your hairs.
You can't have a wet shave, can you? So, is he having a wet shave? Well,
Put a bag over your head.
Now, I'm gonna get PC on you guys. Did you just gender this person?
Oh my word.
Easy because you're not allowed to bring your wardrobe into space with you, so most astronauts just wear the same t-shirt every day for about 2 weeks at a time.
Oh!
Oh, jeez.
What?
not good.
Yeah, I brought that up earlier. I said they wear those clothes for a couple weeks at a time, man. Yeah. Ooh.
Okay.
I don't know about you guys, but just the amount of oils and things that the human body naturally gives off at rest over the period of 2 to 3 days is really starting to push the limit, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry.
A little bit greasy. Yeah.
The only time I didn't shower for 3 weeks is when I was on the street, and I know how bad that felt. You know what I mean? Not being able to wash properly for 3 weeks. That must be awful. If it was true. You know?
Yeah, I mean,
it's gross.
your pants are going to start to smell like crotch rot after a little bit. It's not a good thing.
I love the smell of creep in the morning.
Oh yeah, I was just thinking about feminine hygiene now.
So
How do
I
they
think
take care
this is a way. I think this is something we can use though. Like if you get someone that's young and say, "I want to become an astronaut one day," then you just bring up all the unhygienic things. It's not a glamorous job, because you're literally in your shit-stained clothes for 2 weeks at a time. You can't brush your teeth properly. You have to swallow the fluoride. When you shave, you have to try catch your little hairs, and yeah, it's not very glamorous, is it? Stinking crazy. It's awful.
One question: why is he wearing 2 watches?
I was about to say, why is it? Because one's a hand watch and one's a digital.
Oh, well, we know why he's wearing 2 watches. But different. That's a different stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably one is set to GMT and one is set to his home time, or I don't know, so he can contact his family. I don't know. Lucas is
And one is set.
Yeah.
One is set to 33 and one is set to orange.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Yep.
Lucas says astronauts wear high-tech fabrics. That's just a normal polo shirt, dude. Designed
That's also what I want to address.
designed to
Sorry.
wick away sweat and resist odor. These are often similar to antibacterial moisture managing clothes marathon runners use. Dude,
Oh my.
do you know what marathon runners use? They wear nylon. It's literally just easy to breathe. Your skin's just easy to breathe. That's it. There's nothing antibacterial about it.
I know they even wear plasters, things over their nipples so they don't get nipple rub when they do marathons. You know, come on.
Also, that's a $25 golf polo. And as a side note, how exactly do zippers work in space? Airtight?
Yeah.
Definitely not airtight. No.
That t-shirt looks like a normal t-shirt to me, Luke. It didn't look anything special.
No, it looks like it came off the rack at Walmart, dude.
Right. It's like the t-shirts you get for work, you know what I mean?
They have special neoprene underwear. That's what it is.
Wow.
Are we just getting all
Pants
these answers
typically
from
get worn
ChatGPT? Is that why you can't talk? Is that why you got to type it in the chat?
Yeah.
That's, you read it
He's
out.
using ChatGPT, that's why.
Because if there's
Hi.
water that comes out of your body, and it just forms into little balls of water, and it doesn't reabsorb anywhere because it is a moisture wicking shirt. Then that means you're just eventually spitting all your sweat into the motherboards everywhere, just like the toothpaste. So
all the equipment has to be watertight now. You know.
You don't think they could plan for that and have
Where's it go,
stuff
Luca?
for that?
Where's it go, Luca?
Well,
I've got a
obviously-
question for you, Luca. What happens when they're in a spacewalk and they've taken a shit in their spacesuit? Where do they go with their diaper?
Well, have you not seen the toilet video?
Where do they
Well,
go?
no,
Where
it's
do
a
they go?
toilet.
Where do they go with their diaper? And because they can't really use water to wash themselves, how do they clean the feces off of them?
Yeah,
They have a
their butt.
toilet
Oh my word!
in
No, that's
the
not what
ISS.
I'm saying, dude. They use baby wipes. That's what they use. I don't.
They launch it into space after.
Yeah.
Ejection.
Sayonara.
No, they launch it. They launch it back down here, and it burns up in the atmos. Is what the official narrative is. But
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
else. It's just the poopy diapers.
Well, they create a force to push the poo out. And
Hello.
Create a force.
The poo
I
force.
mean, they just
when
poop.
you poo, you
Yeah, I know what you're doing. You're squeezing, you're straining.
Yeah.
Yes, you're creating a force, but you don't have to say that, do you? That you're creating a
think-
force to poop.
I think we know
No,
the official narrative,
you
Luke.
are.
They take a shat in a Hoover. That's the official narrative. We get it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's,
So let's say you get back in with your diaper on. Do they have a changing table inside the ISS where they
Yes,
change
Jeff
your
Gassett
diaper?
made a good point there with the 2 watches. It does equal Mason. Masons do wear 2 watches. Just to point that
figured.
out. Yeah.
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 Poop
Yeah.
missiles. Audio says poop missiles.
poo before.
No, but
Before.
Wait, Luca.
Before
What
you
happens if
go
you're
out
on a
on that
spacewalk for 5 hours? How are you going to know before you need to poop?
But I don't like the gaps between when I poo are days. I don't poo for days.
Who hasn't you?
Yeah.
there's something wrong there, buddy.
You need to either eat.
How
you
are
need
we?
to either
Wait.
eat or
Why are we
see-
talking
you
about?
need to eat or go see the doctor.
I need that as a sound clip.
I think this chat has become very dirty right now. Let's get back to the video. Okay.
It's become very fecal.
Lol.
Yeah, it is a bit stenchy.
For a couple of months,
Uh,
and then
I'll
when the
head up.
laundry gets too
Bye.
crusty to go on, we don't do a wash. We just
Bye,
throw
guys.
our clothes in the
Bye,
trash.
Luca.
Now
Cheers,
let's talk
Luca.
about.
There we go. There they're talking about
Oh,
the
look.
toilet paper.
There you are. Yeah. They got a badge for it, too.
They just throw it in the trash. They say.
About the
Oh,
oddly
I
fascinating
needed a
part
good
of
laugh.
life on the ISS, the toilet. In space, you can't just rely on gravity to pull things down, so the ISS uses suction to do the job. For solid waste, astronauts strap themselves to a small seat, which is really small. Once you are done with that business, suction pulls everything into a plastic-lined container. Then you use a stick to jam your plastic bag of waste down into a storage bucket. These are changed every 10 days, and eventually they get ejected into space.
10 days.
And they get ejected into space.
10
That
days.
plunger thing's got poop on it.
Yeah,
That's
for
what I was
10
thinking.
days.
How do they clean that off? How do they clean the plunger off? How do they get the poop off
This is
that?
awesome, man.
I mean,
What kind of?
I'm sure there's an explanation, but how do you pull suction through the bottom of a bag? I don't know.
Right.
But also, if it's sucking, why do they need the plunger?
Right.
And how come they couldn't just figure out red bags like the crews did?
Yeah.
What?
Well, I guess we've got gravity here, so there's that. Never mind. Sorry,
Right.
my mistake.
But I want to know how they empty that though, because they're plungering it, and then they say it's emptied every 10 days. Okay. But now they've plunged it and compressed all that fecal matter down into the bottom of that small little toilet they claim.
Right.
Do they just flush it from the toilet itself?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
like,
it
a, like, a,
airtight? Is the
jet, like a
is the
jet
toilet
meteor.
airtight? But is the toilet airtight or something?
Like how many pounds of poop is in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, good question. Probably enough to create a mass that would create an orbit around the Earth.
Well, poop
this
is very
so
dense.
ridiculous.
Poop is very dense.
Steve,
So.
Steve Hendry says ISS is total bullshit. Well, at the minute, it's actual human shit. By the way it's going.
Heyo.
Now look at this picture we're looking at here. Does this look CGI to you guys? Look at it.
No, this
Is
looks
that a
like
real
this looks like this looks like the Death Star. That's a good grayscale they got going there.
Does it look like it can handle 17,000 miles an hour? Those
yeah,
solar
definitely.
panels.
But also,
It could definitely do it in 4 parsecs.
but that makes me think now. They're always claiming there's a lot of space garbage. Okay. Why is the ISS still at that speed in one piece? Why is there no debris, just making that thing look like Swiss cheese?
Right.
And there's 30,000 satellites allegedly. It doesn't bump into none of them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you take the Newton's gravitational constant, right, and everything up there would attract all that debris, wouldn't it? If that was such a thing. You know?
Rosa B, this conversation is crap, lol. Yes.
Wait, is the ISS? I forget. Is the ISS inside the Velcro air, or is it just outside of the Velcro air?
That's the interesting thing, because the claimed atmosphere goes to the moon, apparently. The moon is in Earth's atmosphere, according to since
Well, it
2017
now,
or something.
You know, once they figured out the math didn't math again, then now it's in the atmosphere. But yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Math doesn't math. I got it. Yeah. Math never math.
Yeah, because when I was growing up, the moon was definitely outside of Earth's atmosphere. But now, you know, these years later, since the math is different, just like the sun moved, now the atmosphere's moved. I don't know.
As long as it suits their purposes, that's all that counts. Yeah.
Okay, I'll come back now, guys.
Yeah, I could build this with a Lego set. Actually, I built stuff like that when I was a kid with Lego sets.
No, you can't, Roger. I'm gonna tell you why. You see that little bit, that pointy bit that's sticking off on the end there that looks like an antenna?
Yeah.
You would lose that. You would lose that, and you'd have to scrap the whole thing and come all the way back to Earth for part B6 in white.
Well, I'd have it Amazoned up.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Which was also a question for me was they say they built this thing, but I mean, were they just camping out on a cot on the weekend up there and putting it together piecemeal? Is that the story we get? What's happening?
Well, they did it in sections, from what I understand, just one section at a time. So they go back to that section, just floating there in space, and I guess they seal it off somehow, so none of the debris would get inside of the equipment or anything. And then they finish up and they flap another section later.
I got you. So you stay on one side and open up the sealed off section, and I get on the other end of the new section. I just kind of push it with my pinky finger, and it slides into place, and we tighten it down somehow, and then we just keep doing that, huh?
Yeah, over and over. But the thing is, they're doing this at what speed again? Around the orbit of Earth?
17,000, I think.
Yeah.
No, relative. That's just the word. You can just use relative. Any place where you don't fully have an explanation, just use the R word.
Yeah, Einstein did it
Hey
a lot.
guys, I'm gonna get rolling here. Do some grandpa duty, man. Awesome stuff as usual, man. Awesome to hang out. I'll be watching on the big screen back here.
Nice.
Okay, man.
Later,
It's great
Joe.
having you on,
Okay,
man.
guys.
Always appreciate
Thank you,
having
buddy.
on.
Really appreciate it.
Just blessings,
Good
man.
stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna end
Yeah,
now
you too,
anyway,
buddy.
so.
Okay.
But it was yeah. Can't believe it's that time already. We'll maybe watch this video finish tomorrow, because it is Flat Earth Friday, so
Yeah.
there's still a lot more to go on. Ooh. So, closing statements.
Oh,
Good stream, man. Oh, go, Rich. You don't go, off you go.
Yeah. So how do you warp all that in space time?
I don't know.
Everything's warping in it. Obviously, that's the theory. So.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the more you look at it, I mean, it's never going to convince me. Obviously, space is real, but the more you look at it, the more you see how crap it is. You know, how much of that a narrative. It's just a narrative, you know, that they're putting out there, and it's bull. It's bull, guys. Absolute crap. A good stream.
Yeah, sorry about the crap show, but
No, good stream. Oh, you crap show, right? Yeah.
We're shooting craps this afternoon in Vegas. I'm rolling sevens.
it was fun. You know what I mean? It's nice now and then just to joke around and stuff. So, but yeah, it was great having you guys all on. Thank you, Tony, again for your super chat. Appreciate all my Patreon supporters and members. You guys rock. And remember, tomorrow night is going to be Flat Earth Friday, so it's probably going to be a longer show tomorrow night then. But it's good to see you all. Appreciate you. Thanks all for coming. Hit the likes if you haven't already. We should probably see what the votes were at the end of the day. 88 votes. Space is fake. 55% say yes. No 43%, and not sure 2%. Ooh. So, yeah. We all know space is fake. But anyway, cheers guys. Many blessings. And catch Roger live and PJ live when you guys... You going live tomorrow afternoon, Roger? PJ?
Tomorrow afternoon, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And tomorrow night.
I'm going live tonight, so
awesome,
he'll be on tomorrow.
Sea Lightning, yeah. Roger's doing Sea Lightning. And PJ, what are you doing? You going?
Oh, it's a Bible. Tomorrow afternoon. It'll be a Bible one. We're starting on Deuteronomy. At
awesome.
night time, I don't know what the topic is at night time. Then the movies will be. Got to start doing the Alien series. There's only 8 episodes on Disney, and then the movie's got to be the new Fantastic Four. I know it's garbage. I haven't seen it. I've heard it's garbage. But we have. If I've got to experience it, so have you guys.
It's garbage.
Woke. It's woke.
It's woke.
Like the rest of us now. You know?
It can't be any worse than World of Worlds.
Right.
Oh yeah, that was horrible.
Yeah, I'm just too scared to watch it, to be honest. Oh, and I heard today they want to make another Harry Potter movie, and they want to make Voldemort to be a woman.
Oh,
no.
Yeah.
Okay.
doubt.
They're trying to write Voldemort as always been a woman or something now. What the hell?
It's a transgender Voldemort.
Yeah.
He can be whatever he wants. Yeah.
Well, you know, Rowling is kind of whatever.
Oh my
yeah.
word.
Now, I was a big fan of Fantastic Four as a kid, and they're going to ruin it now, aren't they? Or they already have. Let's put it that way.
He is very above below.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it was great having you guys on. Buzzer, it's always good to see you as well, man. Glad you guys come on, and yeah, you guys rock. Many blessings. May the